Hey, you guys, how is it going? Happy Friday to everyone. My name is Natalie. Welcome to Member Berries, a live stream from my channel, my so-called Gen X Life. There is a big hole right here because Birdie has not made it yet, but he will get there. He will get here soon. He's having dinner, I think. It was a long day. So yeah, hello. We're going to have some fun tonight. It probably won't be a 5-hour live stream like usual. We're probably looking more at like 2 to 3 hours. I'm still working on my next video and I'm hoping to have it out ASAP. It is part 2 of the biggest 80s news stories according to an 80s kid. And the video was supposed to be just one video, but I had so much information and so many things to talk about that I had to separate it out into 3 videos, which is crazy, but it is what it is. And each one is like 45 minutes long. It's been a lot of work. I've been editing and writing and recording for days, and I am exhausted, but I'm excited. The videos are turning out really well. The crappy thing is that part 1 really isn't doing that well view-wise. So if you watched it and you liked it, please send it to your friends, share it with your fellow 80s kids, and hopefully get my view count up a little bit on that one. It hasn't been performing very well, and I'm mad because these are really good videos. So anyways, we're going to actually talk about the first video that I posted this week with the first news stories. I also want to hear from you guys what are the most memorable news events and stories that you remember from the 1980s. That we're not talking our adult stuff, like, all the politics and things like that. I'm talking about the events and news that you remember as an 80s kid or teen that were maybe a little bit more cultural oriented, pop culture, or just things that affected 80s kids more than it did the adults. So we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to watch some videos of like the fall TV preview videos that they did back in the 80s from different networks, because it is September. And I always remember when I was a kid waiting for September for the new TV season. It was always a big deal. And so we're going to watch some of those videos. And yeah, we're just going to have fun, have some discussion. And I'll answer any questions that you have in the chat. So hello. So glad you guys are with me tonight. Jessica, you'll be here for maybe an hour. That's okay. Absolutely. You can be here for as long as you want. I'm sorry. I hate that you have such early morning work hours, so you can't hang out with me later. But I'm so glad that you hang out with me when you do. I really, really appreciate it. Let's say hello to everybody who's here already in the chat. We got Lady Hotep. Hello. Heath Castor, Robert Rodriguez, A Different View Podcast. Hello. Thank you. I appreciate that. Addicted to Shoes, True Crime, and the Truth. Gemini Gypsy, Katie Rowan. Yes, Baby Jessica in the Well absolutely does count. That is actually going to be in part 3 of the video because it's in my top 5 of news events in the 1980s. So absolutely. That one I think hits 80s kids more. I'm going to tell you right now, it's number 2 on my list. There's only one story that beats it. So absolutely. We'll talk about that. And so Jessica Lee, hello. John Franzik, you saw my pop culture news video. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. There's more to come. We will get there. Katie Rowan, thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. It really is good. There was some. I did notice some editing mistakes. I, put the censor honk in the wrong spot when I re-edited, and then I forgot to change some of the graphics because I had one background and then changed to another. But anyways, that's just dumb stuff in my own mind. It ended up being pretty good. Annika, hello. Bob, hello. Oh, there's so many of you already here. William Notling, hello. John Meehan, Ray Bramble, Saved Servant, Dale Glassmeyer. My goodness, Joseph Tricoli. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. V. Zach, what's going on? I think I got everybody. There's so many of you. This conversation has already begun, and I love that so very much. Moonbeam, there you are. D. Gulag. Hello, Lady G. I think I got everybody. Okay. Whoops, let's take that down. All right. I was going over the live stream from last week because after I get done streaming, I kind of go over everything. I kind of go over the video afterwards, cut out any copyright claims and kind of look at how everything went down, make sure everything looked okay. And I saw some questions that I missed last week. One of the questions was about this guy. Whoop, right there. My plushie in the background. Yes, that is the critical drinker plushie. Point. There we go. I'm not a weather person, so I can't do the opposite ways. That's my critical drinker plushie. I bought that a couple of years ago in support of his channel. Maybe I should get a plushie out someday. No. But yes, I do have a few things here in the background. My New Kids on the Block, Step by Step VHS, my Dawson's Creek and Felicity DVD box sets. And then my Coca-Cola bottle that has my name on it, Natalie, which is pretty fun. So my Steve Martin Jerk poster right back there. And some of my DVDs and VHS and books and everything. So yeah, that's what I got in the background. And I wanted to answer that question from last week because I missed it. And yeah, so I need to get some merch. I don't know if I'll do a plushie, but maybe a t-shirt or a beanie, or if I could get a way to do a flannel, that would be fun too. But I'll figure out something at some point. It's baby steps. Oh man. Okay. Our gal is based. It's true. I don't get into politics on this channel, but I will claim that and say absolutely yes. Okay. Let's see. I'm so glad you guys are here with me tonight. You had that New Kids on the Block video? Watched it to death. Absolutely. I know, it's kind of funny because it's funny the things that you save in life. But I still have it still in pristine condition, even though I did watch this to death as well. But it has lasted. But I've been thinking about uploading it to, or saving it on my computer, recording it, and putting it out, making it a digital copy just so it doesn't get ruined completely. But yeah, there you have it, and there you are. Yep, no politics. We don't do politics here. I've considered having a spin-off channel that gets more into cultural and political issues, but I just think it's best to avoid that. I think it's best to keep this channel in a more nostalgic, entertaining vibe, so we can all hang out and have good conversations, and there's no need to get into any kind of fights. I want us to all get along. Okay. Let's see what you got. Birthday boy. Oh, yes, Dave. Thank you very much. Bertie is here. He'll be here soon. After we totaled up all the super chats last week and YouTube got their cut, we got a total of $210. I cannot thank you guys enough. Instead of just buying the cheapest thing I could find on Amazon, because that's what I do because I'm a frugal person, too cheap and frugal, I decided to just give Dave the money and let him go pick out exactly the cart that he wanted instead of just pushing on something cheap to him. So he's got the money. He's going to go up to St. Louis and go to a golf discount. And I told him to record it so we can see what he picks out. So that will be coming soon. His birthday is actually tomorrow. He turns 46. Speak of the devil. He says, be up soon. So he's on his way. So I want to thank you guys again for all the super chats last week for Dave's birthday present. I'm super excited that he's going to get the cart that he wants. So Because it's funny because I don't know what I was thinking that I could just, randomly find something on Amazon and then, and that would be okay. Like, no, just give him the money and let him pick what he wants. He knows what he's looking for. So, you know how it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started on the news events from the 1980s. Now, my latest video, if you haven't seen it yet, the premise of it is it's the biggest news stories of the 1980s according to an 80s kid. So I was between the ages of 3 and 13 in the 80s. So the things that caught my attention, the things that I cared about, weren't necessarily, what was going on in the adult world. 80s news was definitely dominated by politics and Reagan and of course the 88 presidential election and all of that stuff. Which was very scandalous. And then we had different international conflicts and all that kind of savings and loan scandals, stock market crashes. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about the stuff that I remember as a kid. And so the first, I came up with a list of 16. I don't know how I came up with the 16, but that's the number I landed on. So I talked about the first 6 on my list in the first video. And so we're going to watch a little bit of that video, and I'm going to hear what you guys have to say and what you think is coming next in my top 10. I'd love to hear what you have, what your ideas are for the top 10. And I'm also going to give you a little, not a sneak preview because I don't have a real video to show you yet. It's not completely done, but I'm going to tell you what a couple of the items are in my top 10. So let's do, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. Okay. We'll watch the first part of it because in the first part of the video, I go over a lot of things that I remember, a lot of the big news makers and news stories, but they weren't in my top 16. So this is how I started it, and I'm going to go through your comments and see what you guys remember, and then we'll talk here in a second. Hey, you guys. Now, back in the before times of the 1980s, we got our news from TV, radio, and the newspapers. Real quick, that little song in the background, the NBC News theme, dun 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 dun. That was actually a copyrighted song. It was the only copyrighted news song that I used. So I could only use 5 seconds. It was composed by John Williams, of course. And it's actually, if you listen to the whole thing, it's very Indiana Jones-like. but that NBC News theme from the 80s was composed by John Williams. So I just wanted to throw that in there. If Tom Brokaw or Dan Rather didn't say it, it didn't happen. If you didn't hear about it on the radio at the top of the hour, it wasn't happening in your town. And if you didn't read about it in the newspaper, it wasn't even a thing. The news sources were definitely limited. We didn't get endless amounts of information pumped into our veins 24 hours a day from cable news networks and the internet, but that didn't mean there weren't plenty of headlines, newsmakers, and events to talk about. But did you guys watch 2020 back in the 80s when it was Hugh Downs and Barbara Walters, and then John Stossel would do his really interesting reporting? That was I didn't watch a ton of news back then, obviously, as a kid, but there was something about 2020 that I always really enjoyed. Here's the thing. The people and events making news in the 1980s in the eyes of adults didn't always translate to kids. I was born in 1977, so I was between the ages of 3 and 13 in the 80s. I don't remember when Ronald Reagan was shot or John Lennon. Do you guys remember when Reagan was shot, or Lennon, or the Pope for that matter? I did mention the Pope, which I should have. But 2020, I believe, was on Fridays. That sounds right. So do you guys remember any of the assassination attempts or the those big shootings back in the 80s? Do you guys remember that? Before your time? Yeah, see, that's one thing about it really honestly, depends what part of Gen X you're from. If you're an older Gen Xer, you're going to remember things from 80, 81, 82, but as a younger Gen Xer, I was 3 or 4 when all those things happened. So I'm interested. Yeah, you remember those even when you're a kid? Barely. Yeah, too young. Yeah, so even those were big 80s events, in the early 80s, I don't remember hardly anything. But so you'll notice that the majority of my stories on my list are from the mid to late 80s. There's a couple from the earlier 80s, which we're going to talk about. But yeah. Here we go. Remember it. I had no idea what Black Monday or stock market crash meant. What even is a savings and loan scandal? And who is this Oliver North guy? And why is he preempting all of my mom's favorite soap operas? Oh my God, I'll never forget the summer of 87 with the Iran-Contra hearings. That was on it seemed like it was on every day. I think it was on every day for like weeks. And there was nothing else on in the daytime. I had no idea what was going on, didn't understand it at all. And if you go back to the stock market crash of 87, I think the Dow was only at like 5,000 at the time. And so it was like a 500-point crash, which today sounds like a normal day. But back then, it was a big deal. But I still, when it was happening, and then the savings and loan thing, I had no idea. Those are things that I kind of would like to go back into and explore and kind of figure out, because I didn't make any sense to me as a kid. Yeah, it was extremely boring. I was like, I don't understand what's going on. So they did this and they bought these guns and then they sold them to these. I just couldn't understand it. Oh, Fawn Hall. I forgot about that name. I did mention in this video the other one, Donna Rice and Gary. I didn't mention them by name, but I showed them on the video, Donna Rice and Gary Hart. Again, those scandals were so over my head. I had no idea that they were like cheating scandals. That's what was going on. Oh my God. It's just funny. Good times. But my questions didn't stop there. Why did the term monkey business have a whole new meaning there? And who is this Michael Dukakis person, and why is he riding around in a tank? As a kid in the 80s, the news that I remember, what was important to me, was usually very different from what my parents were talking about. And that's what today's video is all about. Hi, my name is Natalie. Welcome to my channel, my so-called Gen X life. And this is part 1 of the biggest news stories of the 80s, according to an 80s kid. I think North was a colonel, wasn't he? I don't think he was a general. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Oh, I almost mentioned the preachers and the PTL, like Jim and Tammy Faye and Swaggart and Falwell and all that. But I didn't get into it. But I might do a video about that someday. There was just such the 80s culture wars. And again, they were over my head as a kid. I didn't realize that it was such a battle between like Hollywood and the TV that was in the music, and then the Christian right or the Christian coalition or whatever. I had no idea that there was such a culture war over it. As a kid, you don't realize all that stuff. But I really started learning a lot about it when I was going into one of the stories that I talk about, which is the Tipper Gore PAL sticker, the PMRC trials or hearings or whatever. So it's just interesting to look back on it now as an adult, because it was a totally different world to me in the 80s, and I didn't understand it. So yeah, the Tammy Faye skits in SNL. I think it was Jan Hooks that played her, and she would cry and have makeup running down her face. Oh goodness. Totally, yeah. I remember singing Darling Nikki and had no idea what I was singing. Exactly. It's amazing. Yeah, and then it led to Two Live Crew and all that. It's just so funny, like what our parents were, the boomers. It was a total boomer battle, right? Between the more, the mom. I mean, and Tipper, to her credit, and I know she was a total busybody and totally, was kind of a buzzkill, and then the fight for free speech. But I feel like, not that she had a point, but I get where she was coming from, trying to protect her children from, small children and from things that were a little bit explicit. And I get that, as a parent now, it's like, but it's not the government's job to step in and do that. But I think it was cool that the industry settled with him, and, the sticker, I don't know. Do you think that there should be a way to let parents know, or, about what music their kids are listening to, or what TV shows or movies their kids are watching? And we had the rating system from the MPAA, so a movie's rated R or PG-13 or whatever, but we don't have that for music. And I came from a very conservative Christian household, and so I remember I think my brother had like a Public Enemy tape. I think it was Public Enemy. Anyway, it got smashed with a hammer when my parents found it. And I had Def Leppard Hysteria, and my parents took it and tossed it. They wouldn't let me have it. So I'm just interested what you guys think of having warning labels or some kind of something, because of just letting parents be aware of what their kids are consuming. It's not like you have the time as a parent to sit and go through everything that your kids are consuming. So it's kind of neat to have a little bit of help. Blazing Dragon. I learned about it because it was Princess Purple Rain as the catalyst. Yes. That's exactly what I talk about in the video. Tipper Core bought her daughter the album and overheard the songs and got mad. That's exactly right. That's exactly what happened. Oh my God, that's great. My parents hated Guns N' Roses when we were kids, and now I catch them listening to Guns N' Roses. It's kind of fun how that happened. That's the other thing. Like, a lot of the things that they were talking about seemed rather tame, but then you got into some of the more really explicit stuff that had to do with sex and violence, and it was like, should this stuff be so accessible to minors and children? And what's the parental role and what's the government role? Like, it's a big question. Yeah, darling Nikki. Yep, 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Wow. William says he had totally liberal parents who didn't care one iota what I consumed, as they realized I was mature enough to understand most adult stuff. I saw Animal House at age 9. Nice. I mean, and there's theories behind each way. You don't want to over censor your kids and not let them be exposed to anything out there in the world, but you don't want to overprotect. But do you go as far as just letting them see and do anything that they want? As a parent, you're supposed to be, guiding your children, teaching them, not just letting them run amok because they don't know shit. Oh, goodness. Let's see what we got you guys saying here. Robert says he was surprised when he heard Run DMC use the F word on a song. Oh, yeah. Anytime something like that came up, you tried to hide it from your parents. I remember when George Michael's Faith album came out and he had a song called I Want Your Sex. And I was like, oh, mom can't hear this. I'll get in trouble for having this. And she loved George Michael. But yeah, that got censored. It was kind of shocking. I was only like 10 when that album came out. But did he even hide it? Oh, yeah, he hid the NWA tape, but it got found. I think mom was cleaning his room or something. Same with my Def Leppard Hysteria. Mom would go in and clean our rooms and would go through. I mean, again, we were like 10, 12 years old. This wasn't like we were, 18. We were littler. So it's a debate, and it's I think it's more like for, to each his own, however a parent wants to handle their own children, and minimal government intervention is the best way to go. I think I heard the door open. I think he's coming in. I gotta learn how to hide my contraband. I was young and foolish. Oh, God. All right, let's keep going here. Okay, before I get to my list, I feel the need to give you a little bit of context. As a kid growing up in the 80s in a small town in the Midwest, my news sources were Teen Beat, MTV, People Magazine, and Sports Illustrated. I did absorb a tiny sliver of whatever my parents were listening to, watching, and reading, but most of it really didn't interest me. What were your guys' news sources? Whoa!
Hey, gang.
Birdie is in the house.
What are we watching?
We are kind of recapping my first video in my series, in my 3-part big news events of the 80s according to 80s kids.
Recapping your face.
Yeah, I'm recapping my face. Now remember, you got to speak up so we can hear you this time. It was hard to hear you last week.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Public Enemy. Was it a Public Enemy tape that Dad swatched with a hammer?
Yes.
Would you like to tell that story or share that, or do you rather not talk about it?
My buddy loaned me his Public Enemy tape, and
Right.
Dad found it, yelled at me a whole bunch, smashed it, and then called my buddy's dad and told him that, hey, your boy loaned my boy a tape and I broke it. And he said, well, if you broke it, then my boy probably shouldn't have it either. I felt really bad about that.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I got my Def Leppard Hysteria tape taken away or
I remember when you got that.
I got it for my birthday.
I remember. That was at the Pizza Hut sunroom.
Oh my god, the fact that you remember that is insane.
I don't know why I do, but I do.
I had a birthday party at Pizza Hut. It was my 10th birthday party, I think. It was 87. And it was at Pizza Hut, and our Pizza Hut had a sunroom.
It was your 10th birthday?
Yeah. Or 11th, 87 or 88.
I was thinking you were like 13 or
Oh
something.
no.
But...
Oh no. Nope.
Oh.
It was probably 88. It was probably my 11th birthday because I think Hysteria came out in 88. But yeah, so I got that taken away. But what were your guys' news sources growing up? I told you mine: Teen Beat, Sports Illustrated, People, MTV. Do you remember, like, were you even aware of what was going on in the world when you were growing up, or were you kind of out doing your own thing?
You mean like news-wise?
Like, did you watch, like, it didn't even have to be like even cultural news, pop culture. Like, did you read, was there magazines that you read or TV shows that you watched that were informational? Or...
Yeah. I'd have to see it.
You were a young
just to
boy.
see if I remember it.
You were a young boy.
Yeah.
Boy. Let's see what they're saying here. Y'all watch CBS News? Did you get your news? Did you Dan Rather and Walter Cronkite? Oh, your sister managed a Pizza Hut and got lots of free pizzas.
Everybody's talking about Pizza Hut and how great it was.
Oh.
Pizza Hut was great back in the 80s. And 90s.
Yeah. Before they sold out and changed their menu.
We still have an old school Pizza Hut in our town.
The old style.
The old red building with the top.
Yeah.
And
it's the one that's been here since we were kids.
Yeah, same building.
The one that we used to go to. We would go there like after church and like as a family and go sit there.
A lot of the people would go there. They had one of those Mrs. Pac-Man tables that you played from each side.
Yes.
And they had a jukebox with like a lot of music on it.
Right.
Then, that everybody liked the sunroom because it was like this ad. I don't know if they added that on. I think they added that on.
It was very much like a Wendy's sunroom. It was
it was added on later.
Called it the atrium, I think. For some reason. Well, I worked there for like a summer when I was after high school. Mm-hmm. Yep. I know you were already gone. You were in Hawaii.
Oh God.
You're funny.
Not surfing.
Not surfing.
Not that I would have anyway. Screw that water.
Yeah, we're lucky that the Pizza Hut didn't sell out and didn't change. We're lucky to have the classic building. But if they were smart, they would totally rebrand it as a retro Pizza Hut. Because right now when you go in there, it's all run down. Nobody sits and eats in there anymore.
I've never seen any cars there, like people eating there like we used to.
Right.
It's all delivery.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pick up and deliveries, pretty much. The tables are still in there and stuff, but I think they even have some of the old lamps, lamps that they have. So. I think that, but they really need to.
It's been a long time.
They really need to retrofit that baby. I think they would increase their sales. Let's see. Yep. Teen magazine posters. Absolutely. I had them. What did you have? Did you have things on your wall as a kid?
Well, now, regretfully, I had an Alyssa Milano poster.
Boy, she's gone bad shit.
She had those really sweet Adidas.
Oh, yes.
High tops. And then I had a Nicole Eggert poster.
Oh, yeah. I remember you like Nicole.
She could be in charge of me.
I was going to say, was it during her Charles in Charge era or Baywatch era?
Absolutely. No, it was before Baywatch, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it was a pink swimsuit.
Oh no, Rebecca hated teen magazines. I think I liked teen magazines when I was a preteen. By the time you get to teenager, you don't really.
I think I don't even know where I got those posters. It wasn't out of magazines.
Right.
Yeah.
I must have. Well, Walmart used to have posters. Remember when they used to have their
Yeah.
their little poster thing
I
that
always
you'd
think
live
of like
through?
Spencer's,
Spencer's would have
but
been
it
another one.
might have been Walmart.
Yeah, or at one of the music stores in the mall. Like they used some of the music
Yeah,
stores had
that
posters.
used to be always one of the stops when we go to Walmart as kids was the poster thing.
Yeah.
And check all the posters.
Yep, absolutely. Good times. Good times. Let's see. I don't want to miss. Oh, we got a super chat. Derek Ferguson, $5. Hello, thank you. Animal House was always on Channel 9 in Chicago, but it was about 45 minutes long with all the edits.
Oh crap!
Now that makes sense. I mean, there was a lot of it's always funny the way they edited movies for films for TV broadcast, because they would cut out all the language and all the good stuff. Same when they try to adapt good movies into TV shows, but they had to cut out all the R-rated stuff because it didn't work on TV.
Yeah, and then it just wasn't good because it was too tame.
Yeah. TV broadcasting has always had big rules. There used to be the family hour on TV where you could only broadcast family shows in the prime time, and you couldn't.
It had to be like after 9 o'clock.
Yeah, after 9 o'clock was when you could have the more adult shows. So broadcast TV has always been very heavily monitored and edited because of, it's the broadcast. They're regulating the broadcast airwaves. So, but if you're on cable or whatever, that's what made cable so fun, was they could do what they wanted. They weren't under the same rules as the broadcast networks.
They could say shit.
Yeah, they could say naughty words. Like teen magazines for the quizzes, absolutely, Gemini Gypsy. And I liked People magazine for the crossword puzzle, and TV Guide. Both of those I loved for the crossword puzzle.
I think probably the only magazines I would have gotten back then probably would have been Thrasher.
Totally forgot about Thrasher.
And man, I didn't really do Sports Illustrated, but I like basketball. There wasn't like anything straight basketball. Right. But if I got anything, it'd probably be Thrasher.
When it came to sports, you were more of a, you wanted to play the sports. You didn't care about the pro, the ins and outs of the pro stuff or anything like that.
Not too much. And if anything, college ball was more interesting to me. Like
absolutely.
The amateur level.
Yeah.
Better games.
Hey, Brian's in the chat, my OG channel member. Joe Bob Briggs once said, "We can't use any cuss words that are actually a verb," which means we will never show a good Al Pacino movie because he's the master of transitive verb declarative sentences. Yeah, you couldn't have anything, a good Al Pacino movie on TV. They'd have to cut it all out. Subbed to Reader's Digest for 2 years. I freaking loved Reader's Digest, even as a kid.
Definitely read those on the toilet.
Yes, it was toilet reading. And TV Guide as well. Those are my little.
We were just talking about it the other day.
Yeah.
Because I always loved laughter is the best medicine. I was a kid, so
I
read the jokes.
Yep.
Quotable quotes.
Quotable quotes was good. Yep.
And then I eventually started reading the stories.
Yep.
And realized how good the stories were.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
Love Reader's Digest. Absolutely.
Good stuff. Playboy Penthouse. Well, I mean, obviously you would get those for the articles.
Man, those were hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, they were.
I remember I didn't get Penthouse until I was in the military. You could buy them right there at the shop at.
Right.
So, I had a pretty good stack of them, and I was coming home. They disappeared in transit.
Oh no! What about Mad magazine? I read a little Mad, but not a ton of it.
Allowed to.
Yeah. Our parents were very strict on what we could watch and not watch and all that stuff. Cracked magazine. Every bathroom had Reader's Digest. National Geographic, that's another good one. Oh, Chris Bullard, thank you, $9.99. I remember subscribing to Disney Adventures when I was younger, but by 1996 we became a Fox News household, and Hannity and Combs became nightly comedy entertainment. Forgot about Hannity and Combs. Hannity was with Combs before.
Oh my God, yeah.
The left and the right. Yeah.
When I was younger, one thing I liked were those highlights magazines at the dentist office. That was always something that was kind of neat.
Yeah, that's great. You came at Fox out. Yeah, Fox was the first well, CNN was the first cable news network. It started in the I think 81, but Fox became the first big one and stepped up their game, and we got MSNBC not long after. But yeah, comedy, entertainment, Hannity and Combs. I think Alan Combs has died.
I think he did.
Yeah, I don't think he's alive anymore, which is crazy.
Cancer.
Well, that happens.
I think that's what it was.
Yep. Oh, and I was getting ready to say, yes, Billy, when you brought up highlights, Billy says the Scholastic Book Fair. And that was definitely one of the places where I would get all of my reading materials. And did you?
When we were at school, we'd get that monthly little magazine, and it had like all the different books and things.
That's Scholastic.
Was that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a skateboard book out of there. That's where I learned how to do tricks for the first time.
Nice.
That was back before it was hard to find stuff, on video and see it on TV.
Yep. Because even with TV in the 80s, we had like cartoons and stuff, but there wasn't a lot of kids informational programming, if that makes any sense. That would share information on a kid's level.
Well,
you would get that through the Scholastic Book Fair.
Incredible Sunday always had great stuff, and that, like, when Rodney Mullen was on there, my mind was freaking blown. I already started riding skateboards, but I'd never seen anything like the stuff they did on those videos. The first time I'd seen, they had clips of Powell Peralta videos before he came out and skated on stage.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't believe the crap I saw.
Right.
Guys doing handrails, and just, I was like, what?
It's truly remarkable. I think because we've been pumped full of so many images and information and things over the last, 25 years since the internet. It takes away first, it makes you forget how limited of information flow that we had as a kid.
Yeah.
And then how amazing it was to actually see something cool and new. It meant more.
Well, if it wasn't like football or basketball, like a mainstream thing, finding anything content other than books.
Right.
Finding videos was really hard, and seeing it on television and stuff. So if you got to see it, it was cool. Really exciting.
Yep. Let's see. Were we allowed to go trick-or-treating? Yes, we were.
Yeah, we did, surprisingly.
Yep. We even had Halloween parties at school, but we went to a Christian school, private school, and they had limits on what kind of characters you could dress up as. Like, you couldn't be witches or...
nothing like a satanic.
Yeah. So... But yeah, we were able to go trick-or-treating. My most memorable costume, and we have some photos from Halloween from our childhood. My most memorable costume was, I think I was about 7 or 8, and I dressed up as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. So that's where we were.
That might have been the year I was Voltron.
Yeah, I remember when you were Voltron.
You had a little Voltron. It was just like a plastic mask on
right.
Face and like a set of pajamas or something.
Yep.
It was a Voltron outfit, but
right.
They were pretty weak.
Oh, John wasn't allowed to trick or treat. Interesting. Was it because of your parents were strict, or because they didn't want you to have needle drug infused candy? What was with that? Why would they think that somebody would give away their drugs to kids?
Gonna put a razor blade in that apple. Like, who does this? Never once have I ever seen anyone, like, any kind of thing like that happen.
I know. And you could go to the hospital and have your candy x-rayed.
Yeah. Like, don't go to that house. They might put drugs in your pail. Like, nobody just gives drugs away.
Right.
Who gives what? Especially to kids.
It's like I always, all this stuff.
Money.
I know. Oh God. Okay, we're kind of all over the place, but
yeah.
But that's how this live stream's going to go tonight.
When I'm around.
It is. It's true. We were talking about news events, and then we get to this, so it's okay. Just a random night of conversation and hanging out. That's what I'd like this live stream to be, just to hang out. DM Jack77, $2, channel member. Thank you so very much. TV Guide back then was bathroom reading as well. Absolutely.
That's where it was located.
Yep. The Reader's Digest and the TV Guide were on the back of the toilet seat and
In mom's bathroom.
In mom's bathroom. So you had to go use mom's bathroom in order to get to the magazines.
Yep.
I never realized how much of an absolute infuriating situation that must have been for her, because we had two bathrooms in the house. We had the front bathroom for the kids and guests, and then we had her private ensuite bathroom in her bedroom, and we always chose to go back there. But as an adult and parental person now, that would have driven me bananas if my kids would have done that.
The boys know this year's catalog was in there too.
Just leave it at that. Get to that bra and penny section, were you?
What?
Jessica Lee, $20, channel member. You are the best. Censorship has gone crazy. Last time I heard the song Pony by Genuine on the radio, it was so censored. Why bother at that point? They censored horny, understandable, but then they censored pony. Why? That is, it's weird.
That pony did not consent to being in this song.
It's true. It's true. And, it's, as far as censorship goes, it's companies have the right and artists have the right to change things, do things, whatever they want. But when the government comes in and says, you can't do that, that's where we have the problem. But yeah, I mean, you get into the issue of having radio stations are using radio frequencies and the broadcasts are using the government airwaves. So like, that's where the problem comes in. It is dumb because censorship has gone out of hand in a lot of ways.
I'm guessing because Pony is referring to his dingus. But it's not, it's like emotion.
Boom.
Not literally. I've never heard a guy call their wiener their pony. That's
jump on it, Dave.
That's a dumb censorship.
It is, it's always going to be a struggle in a world of supposed free speech as to what can get out there and what can't, and what kind of rules you have as a culture and as a society for more morality. It's really changed since we were little. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. But yeah, censorship has gone crazy in some ways. Thank you so much for your chat. I really appreciate it. All right. Let's get back to the video. Oh, maybe I should, I don't know, bring it up. Boom. Confess, though, to diving into the Reader's Digest every month so I could laugh at life in these United States. Laughter is the best medicine and humor in uniform. I wanted to know everything there was to know about New Kids on the Block and Debbie Gibson. It was my dream to see Tiffany during her mall tour. I wish I could have seen Tiffany on her mall tour.
I know.
That would have been the shit. I think we're alone now.
You never got to see her, Debbie Gibson?
No, I never got to go see them live. I got to see New Kids on the Block live. That was my first concert I ever went to. Yeah. But I never got to see, and I need to go see them again in present day because I know that Debbie Gibson's with them a couple of in some shows. But Debbie just had, for those of you that don't know, Debbie just released her autobiography. I have it loaded in my Audible. I haven't got to listen to it yet, but I'm super pumped about that. So if you're a reader, gotta read Debbie's new autobiography. It's pretty great. Yeah. Let's go to the mall. That was my ringtone on my phone for years.
I have a Robin Sparkles in my life.
You do?
Yes. Yes. I have my own Robin Sparkles.
Oh, can please tell this story? Oh no?
I can.
Okay, yeah, tell me your Robin Sparkles story.
When I was in the military down in Hawaii.
Oh yes.
Just hanging out down in Waikiki one night with some buddies. We had a hotel, and across the street was a hotel that had all balconies on it too, like ours. Mm-hmm. And we just started yelling at the people across the way. A couple of girls and this tall black guy. We ended up going over there and partying, and the tall black guy, it's kind of a difficult way to.
You had no
what his
idea.
name.
He was a friend. He was
He was a
regular
friend.
guy.
He said he was in a band. He said they got a. He was from England.
Yeah.
And he said he was in a band. They got a song on the Bad Boy soundtrack. That was really cool. And we didn't really talk about it much. He said he was doing photography now and stuff. And we kept in touch. This was back in 98.
Yeah,
99.
Right.
And we kept in touch. And then later on, when Facebook and everything was around, I found him on there. And he'd kind of changed his name, but to his old stage name. And for anyone who wants to know, his name is Details. All right.
Yeah, Details.
He was, I didn't know it till he said he was working on a television show, trying to get it on TV over there, like the BBC or something. I don't remember. And I saw his biography page, and it turned out he was in the band Emanate. And they had over 2 million albums sold. They were like one of the biggest hip hop bands in
kind of like a boy band type of thing.
Yeah, kind of like New Kids on the Block, but black and all hip hop. Like
in the UK.
In the UK,
right?
And like I had no idea. I've been friends with the guy for well over 10 years, and had no idea that he was famous. Whatsoever.
He was a teenage pop star briefly in his childhood.
Yeah, and then like he was in some Star Wars movies. He does a lot of character acting, usually in costume.
Right.
And he's been in several Star Wars movies now. And a lot of other stuff since. So
yeah,
just kind of wild. That is my Details, like that Moonbeam, but the DEE Details. Mm-hmm. He's pretty rad. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, who happened to be a teenage pop star for a few months in the 90s.
Yeah,
good times. All right, we'll watch a little bit more of this, and then I'll tell you what the stories were, and then we'll move on. The A-Team, Growing Pains, and Family Ties every week to crush on Dirk Benedict, Kirk Cameron, and Michael J. Fox. You remember that one? Oh, and then opening to Unsolved Mysteries, it haunted my dreams.
Love it. I'd get a little freaked out, but I'd have the lights off, and when it come on, I'd get a little scary.
So some of the comments in my video where I had some people say they still get freaked out by that theme song because it's just creepy.
And then Robert Stack starts talking.
Yep, Robert Stack. That's correct. You are correct, sir. Saturday morning cartoons, Pee-wee's Playhouse, This Week in Baseball, and a big bowl of sugary cereal were non-negotiable. My weekend didn't start without them. And holy crap, when we got cable, I discovered they made a network just for kids called Nickelodeon, and another for 24/7 sports called ESPN. We actually got, I don't know if you remember this or not, but in 1983, we got cable for Christmas. I don't know, you're probably too little for this, but we got cable for Christmas, and it was a box. It was on the top of the TV. You had to flip a switch over to get to the cable channels. And it was actually it was technically a present for me because it had ESPN in the cable package.
I didn't think we had cable till we got to
the
other house.
This was on Lisa Street in the basement. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got cable TV as a Christmas present because they had ESPN and Nickelodeon, but mostly because ESPN, because I was such a sports fanatic as a kid.
Oh man, I was thinking. Well, our TV, we had a Quasar.
Quasar, yep, downstairs, a big console TV.
Yeah, and we got 36 channels.
That sounds about right.
Down there.
Yep.
That's what I don't remember having cable before that. I don't remember.
In the Lisa Street basement? You don't remember having cable down there?
Okay, well, when we lived in the big 2-story that we rented before we moved into the house.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of remember having that box on top of the TV. Right. But I don't remember having it at the
Lisa
house.
Street. Yeah. Well, we did. I was older, so I remember. But I also remember because it was a Christmas present for me. So it was a big deal watching Nickelodeon and ESPN back then. You probably didn't watch any of it because you just weren't a TV watcher as a kid.
I like Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Absolute 80s kid in heaven. when Back to the Future and Goonies were in theaters, it was an absolute must that I go see these movies and then rent them over and over again when they made it to the video store. I do remember when Live Aid happened, but I don't recall watching it. The benefit concert that had more impact on me as a kid was Farm Aid. And of course, who could forget We Are the World? Speaking of unforgettable 80s moments, I probably shouldn't admit this, but I still remember most of the words to the Super Bowl Shuffle.
We're not here to start no trouble. We're just here to give the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Well, they call me Sweetness, and I like to dance. Walter Payton.
Yeah. Didn't the Bengals do one later?
The Bengals do what?
A rap? Didn't they do one?
Oh, the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they did
won?
some kind of. They didn't win. They went to the Super Bowl. Well, there was the Icky Shuffle, which was their running back was Icky Woods, and he would do the Icky Shuffle.
It seemed like they had something they did kind of like that.
Maybe
too,
they
but
did.
just
I don't know.
remember.
I don't know. I don't remember. Magic, Michael, and Bird were my superheroes. I vividly remember the McDonald's promos for the 1984 Summer Olympics and Mary Lou Retton. I was heartbroken after watching Don Deckinger miss that call at first base in Game 6 of the 1985 World Series. For those of you that don't know, I'm a huge St. Louis Cardinals baseball fan, and in the 1985 World Series, we were one out away from winning the whole
crap.
We were one out away from winning the whole thing. And Don Deckinger called this guy safe. Just watch this again, please, because they called him safe. Whoops. And he was obviously out. And then we ended up losing the game and losing the series. So here we go. Look at this and tell me, is this guy safe or out? 1984 Summer Olympics and Mary Lou Retton. I was heartbroken after watching Don Deckinger miss that call at first base. I mean, come on.
Come on, man.
I was 8 years old, and I cannot tell you like how this destroyed me as a kid. I was like, this was when I first started advocating for instant replay in baseball. I was like, at least in the playoffs and World Series.
Something.
And of course they have it now, but that's not safe. That's out, sir. Look at that. The ball is in Royals' glove.
When we first realized that they don't always get it right.
Right. Yep. That was my learning experience into human error in sports. But I actually got into a fight over this in a Kansas City bar in like 2003.
Seriously?
Yes. Like a full-on shouting match, like just like not a physical fight, but a verbal altercation. I was so mad.
Crap.
I was just devastated. Game 6 of the 1985 World Series. I watched the ball go through Bill Buckner's legs in Game 6 of the 86 World Series, and I will never forget the earthquake before Game 3 in 1989. So this gives you an idea of where my mind was in the 80s. Were you guys watching the World Series in 89 when the earthquake happened? That was crazy. Oh, you hear Al Michaels and Tim McCarver with the broadcasting team, and they're going over the Game 2 highlights, and all of a sudden Al Michaels is like, "I think we're having an earth," and it just goes off. That was crazy. Yeah, that's when the A's were in Oakland. Now this person here. So what were the big... Notice that it is 1982, and they're talking about the greenhouse effect. In that story, if you'd have heard the audio from it, it was threatening about catastrophic catastrophic climate change by 1992.
And we had a hole in the ozone.
Yes. But
nobody talks about that anymore.
This news anchor was from NBC, and her name was Jessica Savage. Now, Jessica Savage... she was killed in a car wreck about 2 months after this video clip, but she had a very infamous incident that happened. She would do the NBC news breaks, news updates in primetime with the little 1 minute news breaks. And one night she got on and she was like severely, Jessica Savage. She was severely intoxicated or on coke or something, and she's in the middle of this news report and she starts slurring her words and making no sense.
Was that the girl that had the stroke?
Well, they thought she was having a stroke, but it was just drug. It was just
oh, that's
something.
Not the same one I'm thinking.
Oh, okay,
I don't think.
And anyway, she ended up getting killed in a car accident not long after. There's a movie loosely based on her life, starring Robert Redford, which I wanted to mention that the Robert Redford passed away this past week at the age of 89. I think it's called Up Close and Personal. It was him and Michelle Pfeiffer, I think. Anyway, so that story is very interesting. So yeah, Jessica Savage used cocaine. So, she has a Lifetime movie as well. Yeah, so it was in the 80s, booze and pills and drugs. So, but that's Jessica Savage. I just wanted to point that out, that's who that was. I think so. I think everybody in the media did coke in the 80s. In the entertainment industry, the news media, it was, it was as common, I think, as pot is now for people in the media and entertainment world. People with money. Yeah, exactly. Sneakers was my favorite Robert Redford movie as well, and it's actually in the United States. It's free on YouTube right now. So if you want to watch it, you can do it for free.
Good movie.
Very good movie. Yeah, Up Close and Personal. I think that's what it was called. I think that's the one that's based on Savage's life. But anyway, so I'm going to give you the quick. Let's see, where did I put it? Whoops. I'm going to get there. So here is a quick montage of what the top or the first 6 news stories were that I wanted to talk about. You're in my editing software at the moment. Here is the montage of the first 6 stories on my biggest news stories of the 80s according to an 80s kid. This video started.
Cyanide-contaminated Tylenol has been responsible for 3 deaths in the Arlington Heights area. Do not take Tylenol until further notice.
This shopping mall in affluent Westchester County, New York, exemplifies how easy it is for children, or adults for that matter, to get their hands on satanic material.
And now, here comes part 2 of the biggest news stories of the 1980s, according to an 80s kid. So that was a montage that's coming in the next video. I will tell you, I'll give you a little teaser that the number 10 on the list, the first story that we're going to talk about in the next video, is Geraldo Rivera and Al Capone's vault. Do you remember that?
Yes, I was watching that live.
Do you guys remember the Al Capone vault? That's the next one that's coming on the list. But let me know what you think about the first 6. The non-event. Let me know what you think about the first 6. There was Michael Jackson's Thriller premiere, which was one of the, that was still early on in my life, but I just remember it being a big event. I remember the Thriller album be a big event. I remember those songs. You were probably way too small.
Thriller?
Yeah, for Thriller.
Well, to know all the hoopla.
Right. And then let's see, what else did I have on there? The New Coke, which was only lasted 77 days.
No, hold on. So
wait.
Someone said something about, I barely remember the Geraldo story. I know it was referenced in Titanic.
What?
I'm sorry. I need that explained a little bit more.
That makes no sense. Let's see what else we got. Yep. Yep.
Fight. That was awesome.
Well, and the Al Capone Vault special is actually connected to his talk show, and I tell you all about it in my video. So you guys gotta make sure your notifications are on so you know when it gets dropped. Hopefully it'll be in the next day. I'm working very hard on it. Oh, and Finding the Titanic. Gotcha. Yeah, there was a special when they first found the Titanic in the 80s, and they had some kind of a special over it. But yeah, Al Capone's vault and finding that they're two separate things. Yeah, the Tylenol thing fucked it up for all of us.
I felt like the movie. I was like, what? How?
Geraldo and the Titanic don't go together.
Yeah,
I'm confused. Yeah, the Tylenol thing effed it up for all of us. It was like one dude who wanted to kill his wife or something stupid, and now we have sealed everything. And that's true. I talked about it in the video. It was that thing. It was that incident because 7 people died because it was laced with cyanide. And yes, they had to recall it all. And if you remember back then, the bottles, you just had a flip top cap that you opened up, and there was no seals, there was no cotton inside of it or anything. And this event is what caused all of the changes in OTC. And it wasn't just medicine, like it went out to other things as well. The packaging changes. That's what sparked it all. Absolutely. Oh, you have to comment on the video Are You Thriller? I'll have to check it out. Oh, were you the one that said it? You remember it with your mom, and it was like a memory with your mom? I've read some of the comments, but I haven't had a chance to read them all. I do my best to read all the comments in my videos. So yeah, I will go through and make sure I see it. That was the other thing that I was kind of surprised about, was how many people in the comments said that they don't remember or didn't know about the Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
I even remember that being a big thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, New Coke. Let's see. Boop-a-doo. Let's see. Birdie rocking an Alaska hoodie. You should order pizza for you and Birdie because the munchies, even though you guys are immune. We could get a funny Dale photo bomb. Boy, you're not right. You're not wrong. I mean, on my ex account a couple of months ago, I posted about Dale, my cat, likes to photobomb all of my deliveries because everybody, has to take the photos from DoorDash. And like all of my photos from DoorDash where they leave the stuff on the porch, like Dale's right there next to the...
I thought you were talking about that picture you took of you and Tiny, and he photobombed.
Oh, I need to show that. I need to find that. I took a photo of me and Tiny Tot, Dave's dog. We were laying on the bed together, snuggling, and it was just a random, selfie photo. And I look at it, and I looked her and I, kind of zoom in, and you can see Dale popped up in the back, like photobombing the photo, and it was so cute.
I thought this said Kansas. I forgot this was in Alaska. I thought it was a Kansas hoodie.
No, that's your Alaska hoodie.
Oh.
Oh man, goodness. Oh, we got some more super chats, but I do want to go over the Michael Jackson Pepsi video really fast so we can watch what happened to him, since so many people don't remember it. Let's see. DM Jack 77 $2. When I think of Geraldo, I think of flying chairs.
Absolutely.
Flying chairs and white supremacists.
Yeah.
I think that was the topic of what was going on in that. It was like Nazis or it was skinheads or something, and he was fighting, and it was
white supremacists, and then like a black Jewish guy, I think.
Yeah.
And it was
all different kinds of it was people that were obviously going to fight. It was something. Brody for Boglum. 2 Canadian doll hairs. Thank you so much. I remember watching him ripped Woodstock tickets. Was that a little confused? Can you give me a little bit more of detail about what you're saying there? Because I know I go really fast and we jump all over, so I'm not quite sure which subject you were referring to with this comment. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I jump all over the place. There is no rhyme or reason to my live streams as a rule. Jessica Lee, $5, my usual good night super chat. Good night. Thank you, Jessica. Get some rest.
Good night, lady.
Work hard in the morning. Dave, once he picks out his cart, his push cart, he will let us know. I told you to take videos and photos of your push cart.
I do have one picked out.
You have one picked out. All right. So he has landed on what he wants. He just got to go get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Exciting. Oh, okay. Let's see here. I want to make sure that we... Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure we get that one super chat clarified. Because I was a little confused. I don't know what I was talking about. Who knows what I'm talking about? Okay, let's go over the Michael Jackson Pepsi incident. Dave, are you tired, honey?
I got the yawn.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to move forward to the Pepsi incident. Because, yeah, I was surprised a lot of people didn't remember the Satanic Panic either.
Yeah.
Of course, Tipper and all her stuff, we already talked about that a bit. I don't want to totally ruin this video. If you haven't seen it yet, I want you to actually go watch it. I need the views, people. All right. So we're going to watch some video of what happened to Michael Jackson when he made his Pepsi commercial in 1984. Let me bring it up. Wrong one. Here we go. On January 27th, 1984, the Jacksons gathered at Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles to begin filming a promotional Pepsi commercial for their upcoming Victory Tour that summer. The concept of the commercial was a rather simple one, to showcase the Jacksons performing a Pepsi rendition of Billie Jean in front of thousands of fans, with Michael's entrance being a dazzling one. The pyrotechnics were to go off right as Michael appeared at the top of the set of steps for a show-stopping introduction. Except, 6 takes in, they still felt like they hadn't gotten the money shot. I'll let Jackson tell the story in his own words, courtesy of his 1988 autobiography, Moonwalk. I had planned to spend most of 1984 working on some movie ideas I had, but those plans got sidetracked. First, in January, I was burned on the set of a Pepsi commercial I was shooting with my brothers. The reason for the fire was stupidity, pure and simple. We were shooting at night, and I was supposed to come down a staircase with magnesium flash bombs going off on either side of me and just behind me. It seemed so simple. I was to walk down the stairs, and these bombs would blow up behind me. We did several takes that were wonderfully timed. The lightning effects from the bombs were great. Only later did I find out that these bombs were only 2 feet away from either side of my head, which was a total disregard of the safety regulations. Then Bob Giraldi, the director, came to me and said, "Michael, you're going down too early. We want to see you up there, up on the stairs. When the lights come on, we want to reveal that you're there. So wait." So that was, they had done 5 takes. On the 6th take, the director told him to wait a little bit longer for the pyrotechnics to go off. Really quick, hold on. I saw a comment I wanted to comment on. William, first of all, Billie Jean is about a woman falsely accusing Michael of fathering her son. Not really an upbeat tune. Yes and no, but did you know, and this is according to, when I was researching this video, when he was shooting the Thriller video, which was just 6 months, not even like 4 months before the Pepsi incident, he was a virgin, Michael Jackson. He had not had sex, or there was no threat of him fathering a child at that point. I had no idea about that.
I didn't realize Thriller and this was so close together.
Yeah, well, Thriller was filmed in October, came out in December of 83, and then he shot this video or this commercial in January of 84. So it was literally weeks apart. So, yeah, Michael Jackson's life is crazy, and I know that he got accused of a lot of things, and we'll never know the truth about that because there's people saying one thing and then there are people saying another. People that were close to him. I tend to go with Macaulay Culkin on this because he has defended him, but you just don't know. But Michael's life was nuts. I mean, from being like a totally abused child by his father, forcing him into work as a kid, to he had vitiligo and he had lupus, and he worked nonstop. And then once this fire thing, this burn happened, he got addicted to painkillers and never got off of them. So it's just like really, really tragic. But here we go. We're gonna watch the video of him getting his head caught on fire. Waited. The bombs went off on either side of my head, and the sparks set my hair on fire. I was dancing down this. I'll turn my voice down Can you see it? Ramp and turning around, spinning, not knowing I was on fire. Isn't that crazy? Like at first he didn't know. He didn't know it was
Probably
there.
with all the lights.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Absolutely crazy. So he's on fire. He's going down the stairs. Suddenly, I felt my hands reflexively going to my head in an attempt to smother the flames. I fell down and just tried to shake the flames out. Jermaine turned around and saw me on the ground just after the explosions had gone off, and he thought I had been shot by someone in the crowd because we were. What do you mean?
Well,
oh,
just like they were there before he even got to the ground.
Right. Well, he's going off of his memory.
Yeah, right,
you know,
right.
this is directly out of his autobiography. But yeah, you know, what happened and what you remember can be totally different.
Michael Jackson.
But that's what he recalls. I was dancing down this ramp and turning around, spinning, not knowing I was on fire. Suddenly, I felt my hands reflexively going to my head in an attempt to smother the flames. I fell down and just tried to shake the flames out. Jermaine turned around and saw me on the ground just after the explosions had gone off, and he thought I had been shot by someone in the crowd because we were shooting in front of a big audience. That's what it looked like to him. Miko Brando, who works for me, was the first person to reach me. After that, it was chaos. It was crazy. No film could properly capture the drama of what went on that night. So that's what happened to Michael. If you guys really want to see, he also asked for his glove when he was in the ambulance. So, because they knew the media was going to be there, and he wanted his glove on so they could, for the photo ops. So, I edited it out for the video. I censored out one of the photos, but these are the photos from his medical file about his burns in the top of his head. It completely destroyed his scalp. He wasn't able to grow hair there anymore. And when they tried to go in and do the surgeries to repair it, his lupus made it almost impossible for them to repair it. Well, it made it impossible for them to repair it. So yeah. There you have it, and there you are. Michael Jackson's incident. So that was the biggest news stories. I said, like I told you all, the Geraldo Al Capone's vault will be in the next video, one of the stories. And then, like I said at the very beginning of tonight's live stream, my top 5 does include Baby Jessica and the Well. Why Baby Jessica and the Well is such a big deal for 80s kids, I don't know, but it is. It is the one thing, one of the few things that gets brought up all the time in 80s nostalgia and events.
What's up with Baby Jessica today?
Well, I'm going to tell you all about it in the video.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yes. She's still alive and doing well. So there you have it, and there you are. Woohoo! Yeah, old school wrestling fan. As a child, The Bicycle Man was the most horrifying episode of Different Strokes I ever watched. I talk about that in my very first, very special episodes video. But yeah, y'all remember the girl in the well, Baby Jessica. I think maybe, I don't know why, but they totally, it was during October of 87. And I know that because the Cardinals were in the World Series at the time, and they kept interrupting the World Series because they were broadcasting her rescue. And I was like, it's just crazy how it was on all the networks. Why that? It's not like horrible, terrible things don't happen on a regular basis. Why that particular thing was chosen to be broadcast live? I don't know. I guess it was because it was so unique.
I guess, yeah. Problems. That was crazy.
It was nuts. Yeah, it was such a small pipe. It was very, very tiny. How she even got down there, I'll never know. But yeah, that was nuts. All right, I'll stop boring you with my video that I just made. You can watch it when you want to watch it. But I like to kind of go over the videos that I made and see what you guys have to say about it, because I got to read through the comments in the video and stuff, but I'd like to hear your feedback. Yeah.
It says the Adam Walsh case was cause for ass beating he got for hiding in the clothes rack. Yeah, not smart.
That story will also be in one of the next 2 videos that I release. The Adam Walsh case, not your ass beating. I won't mention that. Thank you, Vector X. That was always, we would do that, go into the big circle racks and go inside and
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But I can see why. Crazy.
Yeah, you got to come out when mom calls. If you don't, you're in trouble.
Oh, old school wrestling fan, you know that's going to be in the next couple of videos. Not even going to say anything about it. I'm just going to let you see what my video is. Okay. Vector's ass beating was also a worldwide news story. It should have been.
It would be now.
Yep, Code Adam. That's for those of you that have worked in retail. Even to this day, many stores still have a Code Adam. So when there's a missing child, they shut down, they lock the doors and let anybody leave until they find the kid. Yep. Okay. Let's get away from news stories. Let's watch some random TV specials from like back in the 80s. TV networks used to do these fall introductory specials about what was coming on their network that year. Now they did it for prime time, but they also did it for kids shows. I know, it's crazy. So we watched one not too long ago called Back to Next Saturday Morning. It was from NBC, and it was really a weird mashup of Cosby Show and Punky Brewster and Kid Video. But they were like referencing Back to the Future and referencing Indiana Jones. It was like a really bad fever dream. So let's start a different one. In 1983, there was a Saturday morning preview, or let's start with 1982. I don't know what's on these videos, so it could be great, it could be boring, it could be hilarious and amazing. We'll find out. But first, Susie, how's it going? Aw, I'm so glad you're checking in. Hope you're doing well. Susie used to work for me when I was doing gardening, a garden job. She was one of my merchandisers up at Arnold.
Hot dog.
Yeah, Susie was great. Loved working with her. VZAC, $5. Anyone remember the first California condor hatched in captivity? 1983. It was a huge story here in California. I remember that.
Vaguely familiar.
Vaguely, yeah. But I didn't realize it was as early as 83. But I can see how that'd be a huge story back in, especially in California. Amazing. Let's see. DM Jack 77, channel member, $2. NBC did some great Saturday morning preview shows. They did. That one that we watched wasn't on their best of list, in my opinion. I'm not quite sure which networks we're going to watch here, but we're going to have some fun and figure it out. Okay. 1982. Pac-Man. Oh, this is a Pac-Man preview party. I don't know if we want to watch that. Hold on. Saturday morning preview 1983 preview the Yummy Awards. Well,
Outsider readings. First is Ralph.
I'll get it right, I promise. This is terrible. I can't figure out how to use my... Okay. Now I'm going to bring it up. 1983 Saturday morning preview, the Yummy Awards with Rick Schroeder. Or Ricky Schroeder at the time.
The Ricker.
The Ricker. The Ricker or the Rick? Was it the Ricker? I think it was the Ricker. Yeah, you're right. Here we go. Let's see what this is. Got a red carpet.
It's the first annual Yummy Award show from NBC.
Is that Hallie Mad Murdoch from the A-Team?
That's what it looks like.
Amazing. Oh no, Z-Man 420, you were laid off today. I'm so sorry. Oh, good luck to you in your job search or transition. I tell you, just doing something on your own, I can't recommend it enough. I know that's not always a possibility for people. Takes a lot of hustle, but good luck to you. I'm so sorry. That is a tough one, but you'll get through it. I know you can. Annika, you finally saw the Pee Wee Herman documentary. It's good stuff. Am I right? Like, it's insanely good. I couldn't get over how good it was. Okay, here we go. Hal and Mad Murdoch.
We got awards for the best Saturday morning shows on NBC TV.
Okay, so this is NBC 1983 Saturday morning preview. Thanks, you'll be good. All right, Z-Man 420. I'm sure you will be. I have faith in you. It's going to be all right.
White joke. Nothing you know me better. Howling Mad Murdoch from the 80s. We're just standing outside the studios here. Waiting for stars to arrive, and I think we are in luck. Hey, Bonnie. Bonnie, baby. Hey, Bonnie.
It really was. Blew me away.
Oh, Bonnie. Fred, hey, Fred. Freddy, how's it going? Well, you must be a little nervous about being yummy. That is great. Can't believe it. Right here on the yummy. It's my old pal.
Those old cameras with the flash bulbs on them. Do you remember? You're probably too little for those.
No, I remember.
You remember? You remember? I wonder. I'm willing to bet that every one of these kids acting as fans were probably all paid actors as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Ooh, the whole-
I can't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? I took his high school sweetheart to the senior prom. I almost can't stand it. They're so pretty.
Look at those amazing dresses.
Here comes two of the shirt tails.
Shirt tails.
Hammer, baby.
You're gonna wear the tux that Hal and Mad's wearing to your cousin's wedding. I like that idea. That's a good idea. DM Jack 77 $2. I bet HM Murdoch could go for some trash bags. You kind of love Murdoch. Murdoch was not my favorite. It was obviously Face Man, but I love me some Murdoch. Holly Hobby. My room was. I had a Holly Hobby wallpaper in my childhood. I love me some Holly Hobby. ABC has a good one too. I'll see if I can find it.
Everybody tried to get a ticket to the Emmy Awards. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Spidey. Spider, don't you recognize me? Right. Well, we'll talk inside.
Nice.
Folks, you better go inside too. We're no dummies, and they're starting the Emmys. Nice talking to you, pal.
Tonight, from Hollywood, it's the first annual NBC Yummy Awards. As we honor the most exciting stars.
I'm just gonna share a pet peeve real fast with my grammar nerdiness. There's no such thing as first annual. If it's the first, it's not it. It's just the first. You can only start the annual with second. That's just me. That's how I feel about it.
This is probably the only.
It's probably the only.
And nominated shows of Saturday morning television with your host, Ricky Schroeder. And starring tonight's presenters from Family Ties, Justine Bateman. From Facts of Life, Cindy Cole and Kim Field. From Getting a Break, Tony Michelson. From Jennifer Sanchez, Ron Scarpelli. From Family Ties, Tina Yoder. Our honored guest presenter,
What?
the Clown. Susie the Robot.
Your dad involved George Papard?
No way.
That's crazy. He died in the late 80s, early 90s, I think. Yes, you are correct. This English major approves, and there was no second Yummy Awards. Exactly. Do not call anything first annual. Died in 94. Okay. Wow, that's amazing. What an experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host for the first annual NBC Yummy Awards, the distinguished American actor of films and television and star of the hit series Silver Spoons, Mr. Ricky Schroeder.
Oh, he is still pretty young.
I really don't want to do this. Do I have to go do this thing?
Yes.
Welcome to the first annual NBC Yummy Award Show. You've heard of the Oscars, the Emmys, the Tonys, and the Grammys. Well, tonight we're handing out the
The
Yummies,
14.
the only award you can eat. This is it. It's a golden ice cream cone filled with a specially chosen flavor that honors the brand new hits and returning favorite shows on NBC Saturday morning television. Yummies are delicious, nutritious, and loaded with calories.
It's true.
This is really television to grow on. The next hour, you'll see some of the all-time great names of the history of television. They'll be joining today's favorites to present awards to the Saturday morning stars. And those stars are here in person to accept their Yummies. To start the show tonight, there's a great singer, musician, and writer. He wrote the words and music for our Yummy Award song, and here he is to sing it with us, a little help from his friends, those Saturday morning superstars, the Smurfs.
Ooh.
Please welcome from fame, Mr. Lee Ferrari.
Everyone's a winner tonight.
Let's talk about that hair real quick. Amazing. Z-Man 420, your last video blew my mind. It was so well done. Is part 2 soon? Yes. It was supposed to come out today, but trying to make 3 45-minute videos in 3 days was something that I have discovered. I do not have the ability to do that. So part 2 is almost done. It will likely be out tomorrow, Sunday at the latest, and then part 3 will be out early next week. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Working on it. It'll get to you as soon as I can.
We'll celebrate the ones that always keep us in fun with early risers. Saturday. For Flintstone smiles and Stone Age styles with bedrock caves away. While the shirt tail kind of mischief. You won't believe what they've got up their sleeve.
Just really into it.
It's true.
Everyone's a winner tonight.
The poodle dude.
But if you really want to know,
It works.
think it's perfect. Steals the show.
Thank you.
Everyone's a winner tonight.
I will say that this whole everyone's a winner crap was not Gen X at all. I don't agree with this everyone's a winner thing. No. Not everybody doesn't get a
It's just
trophy.
tonight, sis.
Oh, just tonight. Just
Yeah.
tonight.
It was just that night because that was the only Yummies. It was one time.
He has on the spot to give you everything you got. Want to watch him till the end. See that incredible Hulk, creative path of Spider-Man. As he weaves his way around your TV screen.
That doesn't really
He and
sing
his
much.
amazing friends are really quite neat.
And then played his piano.
Right. Yep, they used to. That is correct.
Singing higher than the stars, moving faster than thunder.
He's not a good singer.
Open his mouth.
Everyone's a winner.
Winner.
You can be a winner.
Winner.
Join us tonight, right here on NBC.
Well, that was an exciting opening number.
Be great.
We'll be right back with our first Yummy Award, and right here on stage, the Chipmunks, Papa Smurf, Gumby, and lots more.
The first annual NBC Yummy Awards will return after these messages. Now return to the Yummy Awards.
One of our presenters is a beautiful young star of the hit series Gimme a Break. With her is someone who's everyone's friend. He was the star of his own NBC series back in the 1950s. Here are Kari Michelson and Gumby.
It's true. Oh my.
Because that's the real Gumby.
Gumby, damn it.
Sorry, am I really here?
Of course you are, Gumby.
Well, after seeing Eddie Murphy do me on TV so many times, I couldn't be sure. You know,
Oh my, this writing is amazing. I will say that when I was in college, there was a place called Gumby's. It was a pizza place. And they had a special called the Gumby Damn It. And it was $3.99 for a large pizza, but you could only get it between the hours of like midnight and 5 a.m. I ate a lot of Gumby Damn It's in my time. And they also, the breadsticks were called Pokey Sticks because his sidekick was Pokey, right? And so for my entire life to this day, I still call anybody that's slow Pokey Sticks because of Gumby's pizza place.
That's where you got that?
That's where I got that. That's why I call slow people Pokey Sticks. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's Gumby was amazing.
well, this is really history in the making. Here we are to present the very first Yummy Award on the very first Yummy Award show.
Mm-hmm. And the Yummy is the only award where you have to brush your teeth after making your acceptance speech.
You know that we're here to present this beautiful statue to the best comedy show starring 3 singing animal brothers.
Mm-hmm. And here are our nominees in a scene that shows the range and scope of their dramatic ability and tells why they've won 11 gold and platinum albums.
Black, it's not actual weights. That was a deep joke for a Saturday morning cartoon. Look at that. Oops, hold on. Workout is just put a soda on a string and then keep it in front of me and I'll run after it. That's probably the only thing that'll work.
It's not Titus.
No, this isn't Titus. This is Sadie. My dad has a little pup named Sadie, and that's her right here. And then Dave's dog is Titus. They look similar, but they're not the exact same.
Chub.
She is a chubby little girl. Oh, wait. The Chipmunks won the first award. I don't know what the award was, but it's not important.
Congratulations, guys. And here's your special chocolate chipmunk yummy.
On behalf of my brothers, Theodore and... Where's Alvin? Alvin!
Is that supposed to be toilet paper or... Oh, that's his acceptance speech. My bad.
Alvin, this is only an hour show. I should be able to finish by then. Alvin, just say thank you and let's go before Theodore gobbles up the whole yummy. In the words of our distant relative, George M. Chipmunk, my brother thank you, my brother thank you, and I thank you.
Well, okay.
One of the great stars of the A-Team, howling mad Murdoch himself, Mr. Dwight Schultz.
Hi there. And I don't know what to say here. It's
This
like
is
Phil Terrell,
really
is it-
bad. But yes, it's better than the Oscars.
Probably, yeah.
Calling Mad Murder. I'm confused about that. But there's one thing I'm not confused about. I'm no dummy about these yummies. They are delicious. I mean, open my mouth and gag me with the yummy. And to keep everything on the up and up and up, we have 2 honorable gentlemen who will guard the yummies until they are awarded tonight.
Oh my.
Here are yummy guards, Mr. Elliot Ferguson and Mr. Beverly Fairfax. And now, on with the show.
Thanks, Dwight.
That was really weird.
A brand new TV star and a famous veteran personality to you and to each other. From the cast of Family Ties, Tina Yoders. And a super clown has been keeping 2 generations of TV watchers happy for over 30 years. Bozo, the world's most famous clown.
Same.
Train wreck.
Yeah.
Mr. Bozo,
May I ask you something?
Yes, sir, dealy do, Tina. As long as you call me Bozo.
Well, Bozo, it's about your hat. What does it mean?
Here, let me show you. See the circle with a line through it? That's a Bozo no-no. And there's a picture of your old pal Bozo who's saying, do something good for yourself. Don't do drugs, don't smoke, don't drink alcohol, and tell all your pals, don't drink and drive.
Well, the way they messaged us as kids was very creative.
So am I to assume that Bozo did all those things?
I hate clowns as well. Yeah.
It's like, so don't be a bozo. So Bozo drank and smoked.
Yeah. He was a scandalous clown, apparently.
It must have been. Here he is at the Kids Awards.
You're not wrong, Terry. I think I might go ahead and do that. You do the opposite of what clowns tell you. I think that's a good rule to live by.
Oh, I get it. Don't be a bozo.
You're rootin' tootin' ding dong dandy right. And here's your very own no Bozo hat.
It's a trucker cap, man.
And the next
like
yummy
cigarette.
category isn't for bozos either.
It's for the show with a star whose name is easiest to spell. So let's take a look at this contender in his nominated role for as a lean, mean, fighting machine.
Yeah.
And the Yummy Award for the show with the star whose name is easiest to spell goes to the star of his own cartoon series premiering tomorrow morning, Mr. T.
He's the only
And
nominee.
here's your
Yes.
dummy, a fantastical, larger
Did
than
you
life.
did you hear what the award was? The star with the easiest name to spell.
Oh. On that one, I think I'm probably gonna go to bed.
Okay. Go sleep. I'm not
I
going to
gotta
last much
head
longer.
home. Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost 10.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us. As soon as you figure out or get up to the golf store, I know you have things to do, but we're excited to see what you pick out.
Yeah. I'll get it.
Okay. Yay. Thanks for hanging out with
Thanks,
me.
everybody.
Bye, Birdie. Good night. Everybody says good night. Okay. Let's watch a little bit more of this, and then we're going to watch some funny random videos and call it a night. I know it's going to be a short stream tonight, but I really, really want to get my next video done. So sometimes you can't stay up till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Scoop of tough nut crunch. Perfect. And let's join with him now from out on the location on the set where he's been doing his thing for the A-Team.
You're giving me a yummy? All right. Okay. I pity the fool who didn't vote for me. Also pity everybody who didn't get a Yummy Award like I did. I pity those who don't watch my new show that premieres tomorrow morning on NBC. I pity myself for being here and not being there to accept my award. Thank you for this great and tremendous honor.
Thank you.
Where's my yummy? I pity the fool who doesn't give it to me. I want it. Nah. Hey, Jack, do you take my yummy?
I got to pick up Sadie and put her on the chair.
Congratulations.
I'll be right back.
We'll get your award to you. I promise. Here.
Excuse me. He's not here yet.
We've just gotten word that one of tonight's big stars isn't here yet. This is unheard of in the history of the awards. So I'm sure there's some very good reasons
Okay,
for
go
the
on
delay.
then.
Only danger or evil of the worst sort could separate a man from his yummy.
I know I've got those tickets. Don't you recognize me?
To me, you're just another nut in a spider suit. You're a dime a dozen in Hollywood.
It was.
I might win an award tonight. I've got to get in there.
I wouldn't let my mother in without a ticket.
But my Yummy Award.
No ticky, no yummy.
Absolutely.
Very funny.
The
Wait a
Dundies.
second. I don't need tickets to get into the award ceremony. I know another way into this building.
Uh-oh. He's going to break in.
Nothing stops Spider-Man. I'll get in there with my super strength. I'll just tear the roof open with my bare hands. Yeah, on the other hand, why be violent? Why don't I just retrace my steps to find those tickets? That's the superhero thing to do.
The first annual NBC Yummy Awards will return after these messages. Then to the Yummy Awards.
Our next presenter started on television in 1947 when they had their own Saturday morning show on NBC. One partner was known as the Beau Brummel of Dummies because he owned 32 suits. The other partner paid for the suits. The Yummies wouldn't be complete without them. The extraordinary Paul Winchell and the well-dressed Jerry Mahoney.
Oh my God. I forgot about these guys.
I hate to say this, Jerry, but you're getting older. Look who's talking. Old Jerry talker.
This
All right, that's the way
is
you feel about it, then I'll do it alone.
1983.
You what?
And it's the first and only Yummy Awards.
I'll do that again. Get out of here. The hard way. Get out. Will you turn around? To Canada. Get out of here. Don't would you get down there? Oh, this kid. This next Yummy goes to the best comedy show with Stone Age stars who have rocks in their head. What are you doing? You ain't allowed to read on television. You gotta learn.
Stone Age stars, the best Stone Age stars. I'm going to go out on a limb here and think this has something to do with the Flintstones.
The lines. But I didn't have it. Well, what are we going to do?
There were.
Lynch. I know the lines. Oh, well, then you do them.
What was with the whole popular ventriloquist in the 80s thing? There were way too many. Yeah, Willie Tyler and Lester, yes.
Time that helped put their show in contention.
You blame those over the Yummy Awards now becoming an institution? I think that's probably a fair assessment.
Where's the light? The sign says it's right over there.
Are you guys Flintstones fans? I mean, we were Flintstones kids, 10 million strong and growing, but that was because of the vitamins. I don't remember watching a ton of their cartoons. I watched a little bit, them and the Jetsons, but I was really little.
As soon as I get my hands on that Bonnie Rubble.
Yes.
Take it easy, Fred.
Waylon Flowers and Adam. Totally. Chuck and Bob from Soap. My goodness. All right.
Look at you.
This awards show is an hour and a half long. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. I'm going to get past the Flintstones.
This award. In 1936, a talented 18-year-old man named Bert Tillstrom made a bald-headed, bald-nosed little hand puppet out of some rags. A famous ballerina saw it and called the puppet Kukla, an affectionate Russian term for doll.
This is true.
Pretty soon, Kukla had a partner, Oliver J. Dragon, Ollie for short. Then Bert's friend Fran Allison joined the two as the only real-life member of the Kuklapolitan Players.
Aren't you kids going to get with it now? Come on, this is a great opportunity. And as captain of the team, captain? Who's captain of the team?
They're going way back on the Yummy Awards.
To be a captain, you'd have to be elected.
Do I? Ladies and gentlemen, Kukla, Fran, and Ollie.
Kukla, Fran, and Ollie. Boy, that is way early in my life.
Look at that!
Oh, boy! Hey, this is good enough to eat. No. This is going to go home and keep her. Yeah, and we're going to put it on the piano. But right now, let's put it right over there on the side. The press. Great.
That's true. We have to get to the end.
Thank you. So pretty.
Parents put us to bed too early.
Let me do my speech.
Your what?
Speech. I want to thank people.
All right, we're back to the Smurfs.
And we'll be watching you tomorrow morning. Let's have a...
Just so you guys know, the video is out of sync with the audio slightly on the video that we're watching. So it's not the stream. It's not your device. It's actually the video that we're watching that's kind of out of sync a little bit. So, yeah, we got Tootie and Smurfs. Looks like they were experimenting with live action and animation mixed together.
Nice round of applause for the Smurfs. Papa Smurf, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What a great winner, and what a great, exciting moment on the Yummy Awards for 1983.
That's kind of annoying that the audio is so off. Oh, we got robots. Gotta have a robot in the 80s. Let's see what the robot is about.
Thanks, Paul Winchell and Jerry Mahoney, for that trip into the past. Now, to end the suspense about our next award, I'd like to introduce my new friend from Silver Spoons, the magnetic electric Booby the Robot.
Robots.
So, it's great to see you again, buddy.
Ricker, you look like $1,000,000. Give me 3. Take it back, Jack. Do it high in the sky. Do it low.
This is awful.
Too slow.
Now, someday, Stu, I want to pull that plug on you.
I think you're right. Tons of cocaine behind the scenes of this show.
To present the next Yummy with me, I'd like you all to meet a young guy who left the cast of One Day at a Time to join the beautiful Ann Jillian in the brand new NBC comedy
Right, she
Jennifer
was.
Slept Here. Mr. Glenn Scarpelli.
It's so funny because it wasn't until like 2 or 3 years ago that I made the connection that Nicholas Hammond, Spider-Man in the 70s, was also Friedrich from Sound of Music. Like, how I didn't make that connection my whole life just absolutely drives me insane. Like, it's embarrassing that I didn't make that connection. Yeah, better robot than Small Wonder. Better robot than Rocky 4.
So dark and evil a place? I think not.
Nina? She's gone.
A creature! Ariel! Opa! This way!
Thundar.
A trace dug in the cavern floor. A creature must have made it.
It leads to the fun house. Maybe that's where it took Mina.
We'll know soon enough.
Yeah, the audio being out of sync is kind of frustrating.
All right, may I have the envelope, please?
I don't know how that happened.
May I have Ann Jillian?
This is terrible.
Okay, the Yummy Award goes to Thundar the Barbarian.
How cool.
Celebrating his 4th year of evil avenging and receiving a barbarian cream yummy.
Yeah, and to accept.
Boop. The audio is off. Yeah, the audio is off. I get what you're saying. Yep. It's frustrating. All this is cartoon stuff. It's just straight up cartoons. Holy crap. All right. I think I'm over it. I think I'm over it. Okay. Let's watch a couple more of the preview specials. We'll just watch clips though. Watch out, 'cause here we come. It's been a while, but we're back in style. All right. Let's see. Let's do ABC. We do a lot of NBC. Let's see what we got here. Watch out, because here we go. It's been a while, but we're back in style. Okay, I'll find it, I promise. Didn't mean to go all quiet on you. Sometimes I just gotta get my shit together. Gotta get my so-called Gen X life together. Playlists. Oh, no, wrong one. Wrong one. Hasn't changed. Okay. I got two YouTube accounts. I got like my personal one, and then I got my channel account. And trying to go back and forth between them can get very difficult sometimes. I don't know why, but apparently I just can't keep it together. Okay, that's NBC. I don't want NBC. I want to try to do ABC, but it's not here either. Son of a nutcracker. I'm going to find it, damn it. Damn it. I save so much, and then I can't find it when I want it. Oh, well, that's 2002. That's not going to work. That's NBC. Everything I have is NBC. NBC 70th anniversary. Oh, here we go. ABC's silver anniversary celebration from 1978. NBC's 60th celebration from 1986. Which one do I want to do? There's so many. There's CBS on the air 50th anniversary. I think we watched a little bit of that before. I want the previews, not the celebrations. I got so much stuff here. I need to start organizing it better. All right, let's find an ABC network preview from let's do like 1985. All right.
Minisuit.
Boo, boo. Da, 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 da. All right. ABC Network Preview 1985.
Miniseries. The special events. The new shows. Television's favorites. For spectacular entertainment, let ABC start your new year in December. And it begins next Sunday.
I really do.
Excuse me.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You know I'm going to get copyright claimed on that.
Excuse me. Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me! Who's got you? It's the original that started it all. A Christmas present for the entire family.
Hang on, kid.
Marlon Brando, Gene Hackman, Valerie Perrine, Margot Kidder, and Christopher Reeve as Superman. And December 24th.
We've lost all control to rocket thrust.
John Dykstra, special effects genius of Star Wars, brings his magic to Christmas Eve.
Call me, please.
Lee Majors in Starflight, the plane that couldn't land.
That looks amazing. This reminds me of I got to get my 1980s made-for-TV movie videos out to you guys. I'm pretty sure Starflight is on my list.
Malibu.
May I have my husband back?
Enter the hottest playground under the sun.
Slept with any actors lately?
A private place for the beautiful people.
Our marriage won't survive it.
James Coburn, Valerie Perrine, George Hamilton, and Kim Novak. Starting December 26th, it's Malibu. And December 28th, the Gator Bowl. 7th ranked South Carolina battles 9th ranked Oklahoma State.
Woo!
December 30th, one of the most impressive achievements in movie history.
This is nuts.
Go away!
A landmark in popular entertainment.
Who are you people?
Richard Dreyfuss in Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, all the John Williams music.
New Year's Eve, the party starts early when Hardcastle and McCormick move to Mondays with an all-new episode.
We're in it together, back to back, we'll take it one step at a time.
The party couldn't be better when Hardcastle and McCormick moved to Monday nights. And after Hardcastle, they only had one lesson to learn.
Let's go.
Stay alive. Mark Hamill, Lee Marvin. The Big Red One. Then in 85, the excitement continues. For football's finest, it's another New Year's Day appearance for Nebraska as they take on LSU in the Sugar Bowl. Later in January.
Is it an animal? Well, it ain't human.
If you've got a taste for suspense.
Something out there might be eating people.
Catch Wolf, and parental discretion is advised.
I don't remember that at all. But there's just something about this guy's voice. You guys said who it was. He was a voice of ABC, and I can't think of his name. Somebody put it in the chat, but I missed it. Ernie Anderson. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, like there's just something about those voices that just, he's like the narrator of my childhood almost. Luke Skywalker and Lee Marvin. I know that was weird. It does sound like a Bill Herman character. Oh man. I just really miss the way that TV was done back in the 80s. It was just, I know I'm biased. It was my formative years, but I just miss it. I just hate the way everything is across 100 different streaming services. You can't find anything. There's 3 years between seasons. There's like 4 episodes a season. And then movies have been ruined too, because like there's nothing worth going to the theater for anymore. I'm going to just be like, meh. I don't want to sit here and rant, but I watch this stuff and I'm just like, oh my God, like it was so much better. But why can't we do this again? But we had a monoculture back then. Once you open up all of the channels, which was good, like we have so many options now from the internet and from, between streaming and networks. There's no more gatekeeping. There's not as much gatekeeping, but opening up all of that has taken away our monoculture where we share shows and we share experiences, and that makes me sad too. Yeah, if you missed it, hope a neighbor taped it. Absolutely. And then we've got our VCR. I was like taping everything. Thank you, Mo, for the $2. DM Jack 77, $2. Rex Smith from Street Hawk is from my hometown. Nice. Didn't he play Daredevil in one of the Hulk movies? Or did I just totally make that up? I think it was Rex Smith. You had Betamax, Annika? Nice. My uncle had Betamax when he was in the Navy, and he got shipped overseas for a little bit, and so he left his Betamax and his box of beta tapes with us in the early 80s. And that's my only experience with Betamax, was his having it at our house. Yeah, we got our monoculture here. I like it. He was Daredevil. Okay, I remembered it. Woo! Nice. I like it when my memory doesn't completely fail me. Make sure I got all the super chats. Oh, Mo, $2. Mask the mighty power that can save the day. My brother liked that as well. DM Jack 77. Did I go over this? I watched Mr. T recently on Prime. Excellent. Prime Video has some really good retro stuff. There's a documentary that came out late last year about the Cabbage Patch craze that I'm getting ready to watch. That's what I'm going to watch. It's on my agenda this weekend because it's part of my upcoming videos. But I love the retro content. It's just hard to find it. Everything's all spread out everywhere. Yeah, try all the Incredible Hulk. That was it. Yep, Daredevil. That was Rex Smith's Daredevil. Yeah, I know, right? We had Ernie Anderson. Kids today have that AI TikTok voiceover voices. I swear. There's that one AI voice, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, that tries to explain news stories. And my boomer dad, God bless him, I hear him in his room scrolling through. It has to be Facebook, because I don't think he's on any other site, but he's watching these reels and like these AI voiceovers, and half the time what they're saying is absolute garbage. And I got to go in there and be like, Dad, this is not real. The information that they're giving you is not real. And how can you listen to this voice and not just want to pull your hair out? Oh, we were so lucky. Hey, Blazing Dragon. Prime has some great 50s and 60s super low budget sci-fi movies. Nice. I need to really go through some of these sites and find all the good retro stuff for us to watch and make a video about it. Yeah, that not so deep fake shiz is bad news. I agree. Completely agree. You mean Beanie Babies? Beanie Babies happened in the late 90s when Gen X was all grown up. However, we weren't immune from it. So, and because of the marketing things that they did that were so innovative, it might be worth a video at some point. All right.
This is the man.
This
is the machine. $1985 will be the year of the street hook.
It's bad. And I gotta be honest, like all the AI slop that's coming out right now on YouTube, really all the platforms, is concerning, especially as a content creator, because I feel like it really lessens the platform. But YouTube is the #1 streaming platform in the world. It's bigger than Netflix. It's all the streaming platforms. Like it gets way more views and all of that. People are watching YouTube on their televisions. When you guys watch these live streams or watch my videos, I'd love to know, do you watch them on TV on a big screen? Do you watch them on an iPad or a tablet, or do you watch them on your phones? I'd really like to know, because that helps me when I'm making my videos and making my thumbnails. It helps me to know what you're watching it on, so I can kind of tailor it to either a smaller screen or a bigger screen. You're on your laptop, Robert. Awesome. And big TV and laptop right now. Good deal. Because they always say because people are watching it more on your TVs now, to put all your videos in 4K, but I haven't been doing that because all of the video clips that I use are standard definition old stuff. So even if I uploaded my video into 4K, would it matter with all of my clips and stuff being standard definition, old school TV? I'm not sure. Let me know how my stuff looks and if it needs upgrades. I'm always looking for feedback. I've got to level up my channel a little bit, and fix my quality and fix my editing, and I'm trying to make my videos better so they're more enjoyable. This last video that I made, I feel like I did really well in a lot of ways, but it's just not getting views, and that stuff kind of freaks you out as a creator. Like I'll make a video about 80s TV and it'll get 200,000 views, and then I'll make a video about 80s news events and it gets 2,000 views. So it's like, should I just be making videos about 80s TV and just forget everything else?
Stallone's fighting for his life.
Why'd you kill the woman? I wanted to. So why don't you kill me? In due time.
Parental discretion is advised.
I kill that stinking pig!
Nighthawks. They lived on a scale never before seen in this country. A life so lavish it will never be seen again. He was the king of an empire.
I don't mean to reflect majority opinion. I intend to establish it.
And she was the obsession of a married man.
Oh, Paul? Thought I get an introduction.
Marion Davies, William Randolph Hearst.
Their affair was as public as the lives they led. Robert Mitchum, and introducing Virginia Madsen, the Hearst and Davies affair. A special encore presentation.
Is Mom really gonna die?
The triumph of family and devotion.
I love you guys.
Of love stronger than death.
I'd rather go to heaven with you, Mommy.
And Margaret's in one of the most acclaimed performances ever. Who Will Love My Children.
Oh yes, this is on my video of TV.
And on Saturday, January 19th, from the new Convention Center in Washington, D.C., Old Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra, brings America's top entertainers together in a grand salute to America's top leaders. Celebrate the inauguration of the President of the United States in an all-star 2-hour extravaganza, the 50th American Inaugural Presidential Gala. January 20th, you'll see football's biggest event of the year, Super Bowl 19, covered in Super ABC style. Then, it's another super season for the ABC novels for television.
Or miniseries. Novels for television, aka miniseries, and I can already hear the music in the background. The music was from The Thornbirds, which was my favorite miniseries of the 80s. V was a close second, but The Thornbirds was special because of me and my mama. We used to watch it together all the time. I still have it on VHS and a box set. I'll never get rid of it.
Starting in January, one of the most popular television events of all time.
You are the most beautiful man I have ever seen, Ralph DeBrickerson.
Now, Colleen McCullough's best-selling triumph returns.
I didn't say I couldn't be charmed, did I?
The story of forbidden passion.
I do love you, Maggie, but I can't be a husband to you.
Of one woman's pain.
I tried to forget you with someone else.
One man's torments.
I've tried so hard to get her out of my heart.
And a destiny they couldn't escape.
Forgive me.
No more.
One of the most beloved stories of our time. Richard Chamberlain, Rachel Ward, The Thornbirds. From the shores of Malibu to the private lives of the very rich, this is the world of Beverly Hills society, the playground of Hollywood wives. Jackie Collins' sizzling bestseller becomes 3 nights of glamorous entertainment. Rod Steiger, Suzanne Summers, Angie Dickinson, Andrew Stevens, Roddy McDowell, Mary Crosby, Steve Forrest, Robert Stack, Stephanie Powers, Anthony Hopkins, Joanna Cassidy, Candice Bergen.
Think of tonight as my coming out and your going away party.
Hey, you can't be serious.
When tonight's over, I'm leaving you.
This February, join the world of Hollywood wives. March, Lily is back.
What is her warped little mind up to this time?
Her story continues. Her revenge is not complete.
You're all to blame.
There is still one thing left undone.
What else do you want?
From the Alps to the streets of Paris, from the penthouses of New York to the power centers of the Middle East. Lily's after her father with a vengeance.
Revenge has a distinctive odor, Lily, and it is not sweet.
Where lace ends, her story continues. Deborah Raffin, Brooke Adams, Ariel Dombal, and Phoebe Cates. Lace 2. And premiering in 1985.
Yes.
Magruder and Loud. Newlyweds.
Magruder
Sharing
and
happiness,
Loud.
sharing love. But living in separate apartments.
Forgot about this.
Now, why would this loving couple be forced to live apart? Because Magruder and Loud are cops, sworn to enforce the law. And living together means breaking the law.
Magruder, where's your partner?
Upstairs, Sergeant, changing.
And one of you is always late.
Yes, sir.
I'm tired of it, Magruder.
So am I, sir.
You're late, Officer Loud. Don't sit down, you're rolling.
Every day, they risk their lives for their jobs. And every night, they risk their jobs to be together.
You're breaking the law.
Not we, you. If you're an officer, you cannot ride with a female officer if you're married to her. That is the rule.
If you're an officer, you can't do anything with an officer if you're married to her or him, or even if you're not married to her or him. That's the rule.
But the rule didn't include some ingenious carpentry that turned 2 adjacent apartments into one fantastic arrangement.
What are we going to do?
Be adults.
That's what got us into this trouble.
Thank God.
I wouldn't have it any other way, Your Honor.
Being together 24 hours a day is no bed of roses.
I am not fighting. Anyway, it's our third fight. Remember the oyster omelet and the incident of the Polaroid?
You can't stay in there. Skeet knows that apartment.
There's a policeman downstairs, remember? And I'm the one that has to come in through the back door. What about equal rights? None of that with Captain Letcher here.
What are you talking about?
I didn't know I married a Letcher.
Oh.
KFC bucket in the fridge. We're not doing a whole scene.
Want a beer?
They're partners on the streets, and they're partners in love.
I was lonely. I missed you. You're very beautiful, and I'm jealous of you.
Yep, what's up?
No, you're very beautiful. I just outrank you.
They're Magruder and Loud. Your Happy New Year starts early on ABC.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. Crap. Hold on. Oh, Honest Trailers. Gotta love Honest Trailers. That's a great channel. I wish I could make stuff as good as they do. Okay. Yeah, good year, lots of good movies. You want me to play the Breakfast Club Honest Trailer? Let's do it. Let's watch it. Let's laugh. Amazing.
It's back to school time, and this teenage classic just turned 40. I'm old. So let's revisit one of John Hughes' best Kids from the White Part of Chicago movies. Only instead
Kids from the White Part of Chicago movies. Fuck, I'm old. Yeah, Cinnamon Sins is good too. I get a little frustrated with them sometimes because I'm like, come on. But I really love Honest Trailers. My favorite comedy, like pop culture comedy channel on YouTube is the guy that does the pitch meetings. Ryan, I can't think of his name, but oh my God, his pitch meetings are hilarious. We might have to watch a couple of those for some 80s movies. I think we will. I want to laugh.
of a day off, we're trapped in a bottle episode.
We're trapped in a bottle episode.
The Breakfast Club. Welcome to detention, 80s style. Dad is your Uber. ChatGPT won't write your essay.
No less than 1,000 words.
And the only streaming is the tears down your face.
You. I wish I could write like this. Ryan George, that's his name. He is hilarious. His pitch meetings, and it's so I've been a subscriber to his channel for years, and I watched some of the very first ones, and to watch the evolution of the pitch meeting has been very entertaining. Your bicentennial Ryan George, nice. I love it.
Get to know 5 teenagers with attitude, like the Power Rangers, without any fight scenes.
It's Moopin' time!
There's Claire, one of John Hughes' multiverse of Molly Ringwalds. Samantha was the Molly next door. Andy was the quirked up cool Molly. But Claire is the executive platinum Molly, now with 20% more side-eye.
This was executive platinum Molly, Breakfast Club. I think that's a fair assessment.
Then there's Andrew, the macho jock, compensating for being a manlet, who's stuck in detention for pulling a reverse 40-year-old virgin.
I taped Larry Lester's buns together. Most of his hair came off, and skin too.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Allison the outcast.
I do need to watch that.
She's a thieving,
Spell your wallet.
You don't talk to her. You don't look at her.
lying,
I'm a compulsive liar.
Muppet,
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, good stuff.
who's nonconformist, nonverbal, and kinda non-binary. But that's nothing a makeover can't fix.
Her makeover was so bad, just like the reveal of Molly Ringwald's prom dress in Pretty in Pink. It was just like, oh no.
Who needs self-acceptance when you can look like an American Girl doll cursed with life? Now go kiss that walking protein shake. Don't forget Brian, like everyone else does.
Excuse me, fellas. I think we should just write our papers.
Look, just because you live in here doesn't give you the right to be a pain in the ass.
I'm in the math club.
See, you don't belong, so you just have to dump all over it.
I don't like my parents either. I mean,
I really need to watch that.
He tried to compensate with his later roles, but here, Anthony Michael Hall plays the archetypical nerd with flair,
It was a handgun.
It was a flare gun.
who starts and ends as a pushover who gets crapped on by everyone.
Now it's 8.
Excuse me, sir. It's 7.
Shut up, Pee-wee.
Pig.
No, I'm not. You ask me one more question and I'm beating the shit out of you.
And of course, there's human red flag Bender, the kind of
Human red flag. That's not wrong. Not wrong.
of Rebel your parents warned you about, and your HR department, and the CDC. Watch this troll master the attention economy long before the internet by saying any horrible shit he can think of, as long as it gets a reaction.
I want to be just like you. I figure all I need's a lobotomy and some tights. Did your mom marry Mr. Rogers? School would probably shut down if you didn't show up. Queenie isn't here. Lovers, you slip her the hot beef injection.
Go to hell!
Poor guy was born in the wrong era.
What Anthony Michael Hall was better, 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, or Weird Science? Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, I'd probably say 16 Candles. I think that was my favorite Anthony Michael Hall. That's just me. Vacation. Yeah, Vacation's really good. Really good.
Do numbers in the comment section.
Wait, hold on.
Me. Poor guy was born in the wrong era. He would do numbers in the comment section.
Okay.
Me, the movie's big bad bull in a bad brown suit, Mr. Vernon.
Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
I've got you for the rest of your natural born life.
He's less of an educator than a prison warden. And sure, he threatens to beat up a child.
And I'm gonna kick the living shit. Man, I'm gonna knock your dick in the dirt.
But if you had to spend every weekend at work with no phone, you might start throwing hands too.
Come on, I'll give you the first punch. Right here. Just take the first shot.
He's joined by janitor Carl, the saddest story in the film.
Absolutely.
Once you realize the man of the year from the opening credits is him. And
Oh my God, that's true. Yeah, I immediately recognized him in Community, as well as the Goldbergs. He played, I think it was the PE teacher in the Goldbergs. So yeah. Oh yes.
fun fact, he's the only time a film has improved by firing Rick Moranis.
He wanted to play the janitor with a Russian accent, big mouthful of gold teeth, and a wad of keys that dangled between his legs that he played with provocatively.
That was what Rick Moranis wanted to do with the janitor character? I had no idea.
Together, these adults are no match for the real villains of the movie. Shitty, off-screen parents.
Oh, really? Just a minute?
I don't think either one of them gives a shit about me.
I mean, he's just like the perpetual teenager. It is kind of shocking and jarring to see him as an adult, but I was such a nerd. I figured it out right away, but I can see that. I can see how it would have been tough to figure that out.
See, this is what you get in my house when you spill paint in the garage. You can't have an F. I can't have it. I know my parents can have it.
I won't tolerate any losers in this family. Your intensity is for win! Win! Win!
This whole movie is about how horrible each one of their parents is to them for whatever reason. It always has to do with their parents. Like, they had such horrible lives. They're in an upper class suburb of Chicago, right? They all are doing well, but apparently, it was very angsty. Like, what in the world could have been so terrible?
And the abstract concept of judging a book by its cover. Don't stereotype, kids. The little nerd is going to write an essay that says you're more than that.
Well, it's kind of a waste for all of us to write our paper, don't you think?
All right. I'll do it.
So enjoy a film that perfectly captured the era, warts and all, full of memorable characters, a banging soundtrack, and some iconic movie moments.
It's true. But 80s and 90s were like that for a lot of 80s and 90s kids, right? Because things were going so well in certain communities in certain parts of the country. You had parents that were middle class, upper class. You just didn't, having a parent that wouldn't let you do this or that was like the biggest slight of everything.
Just be prepared to get past the dated jokes.
Why don't you go close that door? We'll get the prom queen impregnated.
The, urban voice.
Thinking of trying out for a scholarship.
Chicks cannot hold their smoke. That's what it is.
And a big old F-bomb.
You wouldn't know anything about it.
I think those were mandatory in 80s comedy, so you could never recommend one without cringing.
Oh, those guys are
I'm not a
I'm a werewolf.
There's nothing wrong with being gay, kids. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with a cable TV edit.
Well, you wouldn't know anything about it.
Friendo. Starring
I'm going to start my own breakfast club with ganja and hookers. In fact, forget the club.
Regina Ginge, Hall of Justice, The Mighty Schmuck, The Perp is Being a Wallflower, Weekend at Vernie's, The Toxic Avenger. Simpsons did it. Bender did it.
Eat my shorts.
LinkedIn.
So it's sort of social. Demented and sad, but social.
The most dated line in the film.
I make $31,000 a year and I've got a home.
And when I earn my personal pizza through the Book It program.
Yes!
Freaks and Cleeks.
That's their name for it, Freaks and Cleeks. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Cleeks. Do you think any of these kids are nice when they see each other on Monday? Just Brian, right? Eat.
Always a good question. Like, did they, when Monday rolled back around, did they even get along? Did they even talk to each other? Let's watch a pitch meeting for an 80s movie. I know he's got a few.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Ryan George.
He is so funny. I can't hardly stand it. Oh, we got Back to the Future pitch meeting compilation. Let's see what he's got here. Videos. He's been doing this for so many years. Let's see. Probably best just to do the Back to the Future one. That'll probably be best. Well, we got some Superman ones. Let's do the Superman 1978 pitch meeting. Let's see what that one does.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we make a Superman movie.
That's the guy that's not a bird or a plane.
Well, most people aren't those things. This guy has a little bit more going on than that. Nope. Yes, he does. So the movie starts on the planet Krypton. Oh, Krypton, huh? It's pronounced Krypton. We'll see about that. Okay. And so this guy, Jor-El, is going to cast away these three bad guys into a very uncomfortable rectangle. Going to be very weird for them to use the bathroom in there. Oh, boy. I bet that's not the last we see of them. Well, for this movie, it is, actually. You started the movie with sequel bait? I admire the confidence.
Of course, there's a big whole story behind why that happened, but still, that's so funny.
Thank you. So Jor-El tells all the other tinfoil suit people that the planet's going to explode, but they're like, nah, probably not. Uh-oh. So Jor-El is like, okay, my wife and I will stay, but I'm going to shoot my son Kal-El off into space. Kal-El, no. No, see, it's a good thing, because he's sending him to Earth, where he's going to be super strong. Oh, well, good. So then Krypton is destroyed, which is horrible, but also kind of looks like a good time. Very nice lights and whatnot. Nice. So Kal-El gets picked up by this old farmer couple who raise him as Clark Kent. Okay. And they're trying to have him live a normal life amongst all the other 40-year-old teenagers. What? But he's...
That's, for me, that's like the worst part of the movie, when Clark's a teenager and like he's running by the train and stuff. It just looks so funny. And they do all look like they're 40 years old.
Special. He's strong and fast. Like he can run. Well, I wouldn't call it running, but he can move as fast as a train. Very exciting. But one day, Pa Kent dies, and Clark finds a green rock, so he decides it's time for him to leave. Oh, he's just going to leave the mom all alone? He is. So he makes this elderly lady walk about 2 miles out into a field to tell her the bad news. Kind of rude. Well, he's got to leave because he's got to go throw this green rock into some snow way up north. Oh, how does he know that? By knowing it. So a big structure made out of test tubes emerges, and the hologram of his deceased father is going to talk to him. And what's he going to say? Well, he's going to tell him that he's in a fortress of solitude. Fortress of solitude, huh? That's what I call my mansion. Okay. Yeah. Because despite the glimmering allure of riches, I find myself surrounded by opulence, yet feeling an unshakable and unfillable void within.
Oh, really?
Unfillable void. Oh, unfillable voids are tight. All right. So Clark heads up to space for a couple of years to learn.
It's amazing, the stuff. I feel like, is it just me? Some of his lines are so Like they've become part of my vocabulary, you know, like when he says something is tight or super easy, barely an inconvenience. I use that way too often. Ryan is hilarious.
Learn how to be Superman. Oh, sweet. Yeah, so he comes back down to Earth, and he's no longer a 40-year-old teenager. He's a 39-year-old adult. What? So he takes his new facial structure to get a job at the Daily Planet, where he immediately falls in love with Lois Lane. Oh, what's her deal? She's a star reporter who can't spell words. Okay. Anyway, she gets in a helicopter, and Superman's gonna stop the aircraft from crashing, so that's pretty heroic. Oh, wow. Wow. And then later he's going to stop an aircraft from crashing. So that's pretty heroic. Yeah, you already said that. Yeah, it happens again soon after. These friggin' aircrafts can't air properly. They cannot. So then he's going to let Lois interview him. Oh, he is? Yeah, and she's going to tell him to look through her clothes and tell her what color her underwear are. And then he's going to fly her around and she's going to write a little poem in her head and recite it to us. What are you talking about? And then he's going to show up as Clark Kent because they had a date scheduled. Did he put himself in a love triangle where two of the people are him? For some reason, yes. And she can't tell that this is the same person twice. Well, no, he's got glasses on as Clark Kent. I don't think that would work. They wouldn't seem like two different people. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, that actually reminds me, my optometrist wants me to wear these. Hey, what? Those look really freaking good. Thank you. Anyway.
Oh, yes. I love it. I love the irony.
Wait, now it's time to tell you about the bad guy of the movie. Oh, it is? Yeah, his name's Lex Luthor, and he's got a very evil plan in the works. What's his plan? Well, he wants to launch a missile to cause an earthquake to make a chunk of California fall into the ocean. Why? Because he owns the land right beside it, so suddenly he'd have a bunch of coastline real estate. The land immediately next to a bunch of destruction and corpses. Yes, and so he finds out about Superman's existence and decides he needs to kill him. How does he plan on doing that? Well, he hears that Superman's from the planet Krypton, so he's like, well, we could assume that some debris also traveled to Earth and would be radioactive and deadly to him. How could he possibly figure that out? By making wild and borderline insane assumptions that turn out to be exactly right. Wow. So they change the coordinates on some missiles and the military shoots them off. The military doesn't double check coordinates before launching missiles? That's what we're going with. So Lex lures Superman to his place and messes him up with some kryptonite. Oh no. Yeah, but then he leaves his girlfriend with Superman while he goes to watch the missile he launched at his girlfriend's mother. I don't see how that could backfire in any way. But then his plan backfires. What? Yeah, his girlfriend lets Superman free, but not before giving him a little kiss. What? Why did...
Oh my god. It's truly funny when you break down some storylines from some of my favorite movies, and it's just like, it's ridiculous. This is the only kind of deconstruction that I really like. I hate like TV shows and movies that deconstruct ideas or previous content and, you know, flip the script, deconstruct. But this I approve of.
And free, but not before giving him a little kiss. What? Why did she kiss him? Well, she's like, I didn't think you would let me do that if you weren't incapacitated. Yikes. So now Superman has to stop 2 missiles, but that's impossible. He's not fast enough. Oh. Yeah, so the freaking earthquake happens, and he's got to go underground to fix it. I have no further questions about how that would work. Good. But then Lois dies, so Superman's sad and gives her a little kiss. Are any of the kisses in the movie consensual or no? Look, sir, are the majority of the kisses in this movie non-consensual? Sure. Is there a scene where a bunch of cops surround an unconscious woman and talk about giving her chest compressions and mouth to mouth in a real creepy way? Sure. Is any of this going to age poorly? No, I don't think so. Oh, okay, great. Yeah, so now Superman's very upset. Very sad, but impossible for him to do anything about it now. Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, he flies so fast around the world that he reverses time and saves Lois. I thought he wasn't fast enough to stop 2 missiles. Well, he didn't have the motivation of a dead Lois Lane. And the potential death of millions wasn't enough? No. And so then the day is saved. What do you think? Well, it sounds like a good movie. It's just the whole time travel thing. What about it? Oh, I'm just afraid that might create some kind of precedent. We can't have major superhero movies solving their problems with time travel. That'd be ridiculous.
Is this, he always does the astronaut out in
Hi everybody, Ryan George here. I hope you enjoyed that pitch.
Not in this one. I love when he's the astronaut out in ad space. Let's watch one more pitch meeting, and then we'll watch a couple of funny clips that I found on X, and then we'll call it a night. I'm getting super tired, and I still need to finish my video. Let's do something crazy random. Because I like crazy random. What do I choose? I choose. Boy, this is tough. He's done so many. And most of his stuff is more recent movies, so I want to keep to the theme and go back to stuff that's from the 80s. Because every once in a while he'll do one of those. Or we could do let's do Top Gun Maverick pitch meeting. So it's based on an 80s movie, but it's a modern sequel. This should be fun. Okay. Nice compromise of newer movie, but older movie. And I don't think I've seen this one.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. I got a freaking Tom Cruise movie to pitch you. Oh, does he run? No, actually, his character in this one mostly just sits at a desk, so, no running, unfortunately. Oh. I'm just messing with you. A couple of good cruise sprints for sure. I was gonna ask you to get the hell out of here and put a hit on you. What? So what's this movie? Tell me about it. Well, I was thinking we make another Top Gun movie. That's a movie people have heard of. It sure is, sir. So after we copy-paste the original intro, we're going to get right into this bad boy. Oh, getting into this bad boy is tight. All right, and so Maverick is a test pilot now, and he's working on this jet trying to get it to go to Mach 10. Okay. And this admiral wants to shut the program down, so Mav gets in a jet before he issues the order and frickin' does it. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow. And so this admiral guy is like, well, he's got balls. I'll give him that much. That's a fantastic compliment. I say that all the time to, people next to me at urinals. What? Don't do that. Oh, okay, my bad. Anyway, then Mav gets a little cocky and pushes this thing even further, and it freaking disintegrates in midair. Oh, my God. So he dies? No, he's fine. How'd he survive a midair disintegration at over Mach 10? Well, we're going to cut away. Oh, I understand. Yeah, characters can survive pretty much anything if you don't show how they did it. Very true. So then Mav...
That was one of my questions of that movie. I love Top Gun Maverick. It's one of my favorite movies that have come out in the last decade. But yeah, that was a little sus when he disintegrates the plane and then just shows up somewhere randomly at a diner.
Gets back, and obviously he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I mean, he just destroyed a multi-million-dollar aircraft. It's going to be hard for him to stay in the Navy after that. Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, Iceman from the first movie, he's a high-ranking commander now, so he steps in right at the nick of time to be like, actually, here's a job. Oh, boy, here we go. Yeah, so it turns out some bad guys are building an unsanctioned uranium equipment plant, so Mav has to go back to Top Gun and train some pilots. Who are the bad guys? Oh, it's this bad country, sir. Very bad. Okay, which one? One of the bad ones, that's for sure. Not good at all, this country. What's it called? Listen, sir, I'm going to need you to get all the way off my back about what country this is, okay? Oh, okay, let me get off of that thing. Probably best to not get specific anyway. Yeah, because Twitter exists now, all right? Let's just not go there. Pretty smart. So why doesn't the Navy just blow this place up with drones? Well, see, there's like GPS blocking and surface-to-air missiles and blind spots. Just the exact circumstances we need to make the movie happen, okay? So just go with it. Okay, I will. And this freaking target's at the end of this big canyon, and to hit it, they got to hit the super precise exhaust port. Oh, they got to do a Star Wars. No, it's not a Star Wars, sir. It's just some pilots flying through tight spaces trying to blow up an evil base by hitting a very precise target in an exhaust port. That's a Star Wars. No, it's not. It's just this movie where one of the best pilots is this kid that Mav is going to mentor, and he's actually the son of someone he used to fight with back in the day. This is a Star Wars.
It is a Star Wars. Holy crap. That's amazing. It's a Star Wars. What a great point. Wow.
Day. This is a Star Wars. Hey, shut up. So basically, Mav has a couple of weeks to train these pilots to do a Star Wars. Nope. Dang it. Anyway, so then he goes to talk to them in front of this building-sized American flag that they have set up in case someone needs to be inspired. Sure. And then at the podium, Maverick does that cool teacher thing, where he's like, hey, the rule book? Just toss it in the trash. And then he tosses it in the trash. Did they put a trash can next to the podium just in case he wanted to dramatically throw something into it? Yeah, or maybe he specifically requested it. who's to say? So anyway, then he's going to start training these pilots, but he's having a hard time with Rooster, who's the son of his friend Goose that died in the first movie.
He died in the first movie.
Yeah, that's literally what I just said. So anyway, Rooster's not only mad at Mav about the death of his father, but also because Mav messed with his papers at the request of his mom and took a couple years off his career.
Yikes.
And also sometimes Maverick is going to kiss Jennifer Connelly, so we'll try to connect that to the first movie in some way.
Oh, good for him.
Anyway, so eventually Mav is having a real hard time making these pilots work as a team, so you know what he's going to do?
Sweaty shirtless beach volleyball like in the original?
What? No, sir, come on. This is its own movie, okay? It's going to be sweaty, shirtless beach football.
That is slightly different.
But then Iceman is going to die.
During the football game?
No, off screen because he was sick. But that means that Mav no longer has his protector, so he gets fired and the Vice Admiral changes the mission parameters.
Oh, no.
But then to prove that the mission can actually be done, he steals a jet and flies it perfectly.
They don't have any security around those things?
Nope.
Oh, great.
So they go onto this mission, which seems impossible.
I feel like I'm having deja vu.
And so they're flying, and it's very exciting and nerve-wracking, and people watching are going to have toned glutes.
What?
Toned glutes. From clenching their butt cheeks.
Oh, gotcha.
And Rooster's kind of having a hard time, but then he kind of lets go and taps into something inside himself.
The Force?
It's not Star Wars, sir. And so then they manage to do the...
Has he not done one of Freakier Friday? We'll have to look and see.
1,000,001 shots, and Rooster does it without even using his targeting system. What was that?
That was Chewbacca celebrating.
Oh my God. So anyway, then they get out of there and they get into a freaking dogfight into something inside himself. From clenching their butt cheeks.
Oh, gotcha.
And Rooster's kind of having a hard time, but then he kind of lets go and taps into something inside himself.
The Force?
It's not Star Wars, sir. And so then they manage to do the 1,000,001 shots, and Rooster does it without even using his targeting system. What was that?
That was Chewbacca celebrating.
Oh my God. So anyway, then they get out of there and they get into a freaking dogfight with enemy jets.
Uh-oh.
And Mav is going to get shot down, and then Rooster's going to save him, but also get shot down.
And so getting shot down's not a big deal, I guess, huh?
Not for the good guys, sir, but for the bad guys, it's always lethal.
Nice.
So then Rooster and Mav sneak on.
That is amazing. It's a Star Wars. But yeah, the good guys, they can get shot down, no issues. They can run through forests and all kinds of things. But the bad guys shot down, they're done.
To this enemy base, and it just so happens there's an operational F-14 Tomcat, which is the jet he flew in the first movie.
Oh, we're going full nostalgia coincidence.
Sure are, sir. So then they get into another dogfight and they manage to survive, and then everybody's super happy for them.
Very fun. Were those war crimes, though?
I don't know, but everybody's super happy for them.
Amazing.
So what do you think?
Well, you know what? I think it might be refreshing for people to have this kind of classic summer blockbuster again. No superheroes, no over-the-top CGI, no sky beams, just a good original movie,
Yeah, it's going to be nice. Although it is a sequel to a super popular movie.
Well, yeah, we need some safety net for this to be successful.
Amazing. Yay, Ryan George. Love me some pitch meetings. I'm surprised he didn't do one for Freakier Friday. Yeah, he didn't. Oh, he did a Toy Story pitch meeting. I could watch these all day long. So good. All right. Oh, thanks you. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. I try to have fun, hang out with y'all. Be slightly entertaining. Sometimes I'm not that entertaining, but I try. Ooh. I need to get a drink. Okay. Let me see what I got pulled up in my bookmarks. Let's see. I'm going to find something good. Got some commercials saved. We all love commercials. Apparently, this was part of NFL telecast back in the late 70s, early 80s. Let's try this one.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Hey, where you been? It wasn't easy getting tickets for this game. Hey, Bob. Eddie, I know exactly what I want. I want the biggest steak you've got and a bottle of Lowenbrow.
Lowenbrow.
Dolan, you're a genius.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow. Here's to the chef.
That's Robert Pine, isn't it? Chris's dad, yeah.
Here's to the bartender.
1977.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is.
Love it. Lowenbrow. I saw some of you guys talking about this one earlier before the stream started. So we'll watch this from 1970. I think it's 77 as well.
I told 2 friends about Fabergé organic shampoo with pure wheat drum oil and honey, and they told 2 friends, and so on. Hey, that's not Fabergé organic shampoo. It isn't? It's an imitator. They're not all the same, so be sure it's Fabergé.
For super body, super shine, and super fresh smelling hair, get the one and only Fabergé organic shampoo.
You'll tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends. Now you got it. And so on, and so on, and so on.
Fabergé organic shampoo and conditioner with pure wheat germ.
That's great. And so on, and so on, and so on. Yep. No hams or blats. I gotta be honest, I don't remember all that. Don't remember all that at all. I was a little bitty. All right, what do I got here? Here is from 1979, the NFL Today halftime show with Brent Musburger, Jane Kennedy, and Irv Cross. Watch a little bit of that.
Back in New York, I'm Brent Musburger with Jane and Irv. Some late developments. Dan Deerdorf, an offensive tackle for the St. Louis Cardinals, sprained a knee. He will undergo x-rays. He was injured in the first half of their game against the New York Giants. Joe Washington Hurt has not started for the Baltimore Colts this afternoon. Greg Landry is their quarterback. Let's take you around the league and check the scores because the Cardinals were behind. But, Jane, they snap back now and are tied with the Giants at 14.
2 tying touchdowns. I know it sounds kind of weird, but as a sports fan, and probably because I'm old, but I just prefer the old school look and graphics of sports broadcasts. Like the whole HD 4K graphics everywhere, everything's so crystal clear. Like, I don't know. It's cool, I guess, for certain events, but I just like the old filmy look of NFL films and standard definition television and old graphics without all of the CGI crap. And I know that makes me sound like an old woman, but it's true. Yeah, all the unnecessary stats, the halftime interviews, because I used to do that. I used to be a female sideline reporter and for football games and basketball games. And, you know, you'd go and ask a coach something at halftime and try to give a report. And it's just the stupidest crap. Like, what do you need to do in the second half to get your defense back on track or whatever? And it's just stupid. It's just made it so unenjoyable, I guess, and just so, I don't know. It's just kind of taken the humanity out of it a little bit and made it for a show, if that's a way to do it. Yeah, there's not even scoreboard on some of those old broadcasts. Yeah, give it 110%, guys.
Is stopped short of the end zone. With 5 seconds, they stopped him in bounds. Now they get the clock stopped. With 3 seconds to go. There again, that score, Buffalo 10, Cincinnati 7.
I love it.
Tampa Bay and Baltimore scoreless in the first. We go back now for the last.
Yeah, one game at a time. Yeah, and good Lord willing, I can help the club. Got to work on your cliches. It's true. Now, I will say, and this is something that I could have gotten into, and I should have, because I had a lot of friends in college that went on to be professional athletes. But starting in around the mid 90s, they started giving professional athletes, when they would get signed to a club, whether it be baseball, football, basketball, they started them with they made them take a course in media training so they could learn how to speak on camera, talk to a reporter, and learn all those dumb cliches that we still hear 30 years later. So that's where a lot of that came from, was the media training that they started making their athletes go through. Now, what I wish I would have done, knowing what I know now, here's what I wish I would have done. Instead of going into sports media, because this was the mid to late 90s, right? Back when the contracts were starting to get really, really big in professional sports. What I wish I would have done was start a finance company for professional athletes, because so many kids come from nothing with no financial literacy or training, and they get these big multi-million-dollar contracts, and they're only around for like maybe 3 years, 5 years, 10 years if they're lucky. And so they get all of this money in this small amount of time, and 95% of them don't know how to handle it, and it's usually gone, pissed away, and purchase a bunch of crap, not invested properly. So if I had to do it all over again, I would have gone to my friends that were eventually drafted into the NBA. Both of them got about $50 to $90 million contracts when we graduated. I wish I'd have gone to them and been like, this is what I want. Because I was really good friends with these guys, like really good friends. I would do their homework and help them with their travel and stuff. I was like a personal assistant in a lot of ways. I wish I'd have gone to them and been like, I want to help you. I'm going to do this business and help athletes with their finances. And so like if you get one contract, it'll set you up for life instead of pissing it all away. It would have been really smart, and I would have been a multimillionaire. But anyway, that's my, yeah, they get so many leeches. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Like, I wish I would have, because it'd have been the perfect time, 1998, 1999, to set up a company like that, a trusted company where you could help young people that come into shit tons of money for like 1 or 2 years and help them make that, set them up for life. Because so few, I mean, even the ones that get to the pros, only a percentage of them stick around for multiple years and multiple contracts. Kind of like an entertainment lawyer, but like yeah, I would have been a financial planner, advisor, lawyer for athletes. So instead of getting into the media part, I should have gotten into that part. Yeah, if only I did that and then gave it 110%. Exactly right. Yeah, 96% of professional athletes go bankrupt within 5 years of their athletic careers ending. That's true. It would have been it would have been genius for me to do that, because that way you could help these people and help them set up their families and not burn all their money. And because most of those kids just don't know what they're doing. Yeah, the NFL has that now. They did it back then. I would have been a pioneer. But one of my friends from college signed a $90 million contract, and then the other, I think it was like 50 or 60 million. And then I had a couple of guys that went overseas and played in Europe. So, yeah. I wish I would have done that. I would have been a pioneer in the industry. Oh, well, the things we learn as we get older. Let's see. Anything else that I got? I got to have something good. Already played that. Boy, I need to improve on my stuff that I got saved. I think I've showed you guys most of this. This is what happens when I get so caught up in writing and editing videos that I forget to save fun stuff to share with y'all. And that sucks. Let's see. All right, let's end the night with some Norm Macdonald on the Larry Sanders Show, which premiered back in 1992. Yeah, thank you. It would have. Yep, hindsight is 2020. I know. Yeah, they did. They needed someone to tell them multiple times you don't need 6 Ferraris or 40 pounds of gold and diamonds on your, around your neck and in your ears. Oh, man. Am I streaming a movie tomorrow? I am. Tomorrow night on the Discord. Let me check out what movie I got planned. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on the Discord, I am streaming All of Me, starring Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin. And then next Thursday at 8 o'clock Central Time, I am streaming Johnny Dangerously. So those are the 2 that I have on the schedule for September. So definitely hang out with me tomorrow night if you would like to watch a good movie. Yeah, Diamond Grills. And that was such a big, oh my God, I'll never, yeah. Just spending money on just a bunch of nonsense. All right, let's end the night with some Norm Macdonald. Let's see here.
No flipping. Good.
Hey, Larry, I saw that tape of Hank, man. That's some kind of hog he's got on him, huh? I'm glad the Fonz is sitting here between us. I feel kind of safe.
You look really good, Hank. Very centered. Life must be good, huh?
I'm drunk. Actually, my life is shit.
Well, it can't be that bad. I mean, I just heard that you're coming out with some kind of a tape, an exercise tape. Congratulations.
What is that, a joke? What are you trying to be funny? You know, you can't just bang a jukebox.
Boy, Jeffrey Tambor does have some Dr. Phil energy right there. That is insane. It's amazing how much he looks like Dr. Phil in this.
Just bang a jukebox and go, hey, and all your problems disappear, Fonzie.
It worked for me.
Go fuck yourself.
Hey, I knew this dear friend of mine. He brought everybody banana bread. He gave Larry his sweaters. Don't pick on him. You want to pick on somebody? Pick on Norm Macdonald. He didn't bring anything. I'm just kidding, baby. You're very funny, man.
You know, it's true. You're very funny. Really, I just want to say that my children love the news update you do on Saturday Night Live.
Hey, have you seen Hank's tape? Man, it's unbelievable. The guy's got a huge cock on him.
Then why is he so upset?
Yep, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Oh my goodness. That was funny. Super amazing. Okay. I've had a great time tonight. Sorry it's only a 3-hour stream instead of 4 or 5 hours, but I got to get my beauty sleep and get my video done. So yeah, next video will come out probably tomorrow. And then the third one in this series, little 3-part series, will be out probably Monday, maybe Tuesday. They're all in the works. I've got them all written, all the clips pulled. I just got to put it all together. They're each 45 minutes long. If you haven't watched my first video on the 80s news, please do so. Share it with your friends. It's not doing very well, so I need your help to share it, like it, and all that good stuff. I'm trying to boost up my subscriber count. My channel's kind of stalled over the last month or so, as far as like getting subscribers and views. So I super appreciate you guys supporting me and showing up every week and in my chat and commenting on my videos and watching. So I really, really appreciate you. You guys are the way that I'm able to grow my channel. It's just word of mouth. So I really, really appreciate your support and showing up for me. All right. So check out for my next, be on the lookout for my next couple of videos. I will be back next Friday for the next live stream. And then don't forget the Discord movies tomorrow night and next Thursday. Got a lot going on. All right. Everybody have a great night. Thank you so much. I will see you all next Friday. Okay, bye.